Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this bad at board games. Whole world clueless, selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Ask what up? Vibe with the. Wise grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie Blerd without fear, back in the building. Got the homie Carter Presents in the building. What is up, my people? How are y'all doing this fine, lovely, splendiferous Saturday morning? Is it Saturday? I don't know. I've slept since then. Carter, how you doing, pimp?
1 time for the CIA, 2 times for the FBI. Guess what I was doing yesterday?
What were you doing yesterday, sir?
I was watching a YouTube video with these 2 motherfuckers I've never heard of before, but they were going through classics from the year 2000 all the way up to this current year. So what I did, since you know I'm one of them old school cats that's still running around here with an OG iPod, I said, you know what? I need some new songs to download. So I have compiled a list. That's how you know it's professional. That's how you know it's professional, because you can do this. Okay. List of several songs that I either forgot about or just have to be heard again, or I was doing something, looking at one of these songs at a very young age I ain't had no business doing. But I got a list.
Okay.
Got a list. Just some songs we didn't forgot about, some songs I grew up in. For example, we got, you know, your classics. You got your Juvenile, Slow Motion, right?
Ooh, slow motion for me.
Then you got your Kanye before he went crazy. You got Flashing Lights, right?
Yeah, okay, all right. You got me so far.
If you want to go back to the times where, you know, before you had a daughter, before your baby was in the picture and you was buying formula and stuff like that, it was just you, your lady, and the 50 Cent hit 21 Questions. You know.
Ooh. Okay,
then,
all right, you got me.
And then after she had that baby and you didn't like that she was just sitting in the bed watching Murder, She Wrote, just letting herself go, and you want to go out with the fellas, you got David Banner, Like a Pimp. This list is crazy. I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah, this list is, man.
It sounds like literally the greatest hits of my high school and post high school career.
Yeah, man. And you know that we didn't dance at the skating rink. We just leaned on the walls. And if we did decide to dance, you got Young Dolph showed the lane. And for whatever reason, I wrote in parentheses, you know what you was doing when this song came on. I don't know what the fuck that means. I was half asleep when I made this list.
Wait a minute. Wait, did we have any Fat Joe? Do we have any big pun in there? No, nothing like that.
So ever since they made Fat Joe a boss character in Fight for New York, I've despised that nigga. I've never liked it. Okay. I will never do the rock away. I'm not leaning back nowhere. I'll spit on you. Get out of my face.
You mean tell me you don't pull up your pants and do you dance, pull up your pants and do the rock away? You don't do that?
No.
Damn.
But I do have Busta Rhymes Break Your Neck on here.
Oh, dude, wait. You know what? I don't know why. But I used to bump this shit no matter where I went. Remember when he did, what was it? Fire Up? Where he had like the Knight Rider junt.
Yes,
dude. I remember. I used to play the fuck out of that song. Look.
I like how I have. Now keep in mind, I was half asleep when I made this list. But I have Busta Rhymes on here, Break Your Neck, with an asterisk that says, you gotta shake your head like D-Lo Brown during the chorus. I don't know why I would do that.
You do. You have to. Like, you gotta shake it till like the brains literally fall out your face. Wait, let me ask this. Did they put put your hands where my eyes could see? Did they do that one?
I don't know. This is just a list of songs I wrote down. I can't read my half asleep writing. Plus, I'm wearing sunglasses on the inside because I got it like that. Mind your business. I do have the Grammy. I think, award-winning blending the genres in. I do have the hit with Nelly, and country music sensation Tim McGraw went over and over on this list.
Wait. You mean how they played that song over and over again on the radio?
Yep.
Every time they just and then I would immediately turn channel. Wait about 3.5 minutes and then come back.
See, I was the complete opposite. I was riding around the hood just blasting Tim McGraw because I can't take it. I can't take it. No, see, I'm gonna stop.
Man.
We need to talk about comic stuff.
Yeah, we do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 133rd and a third. No, I'm lying. This is just the 133rd. That's wrestling joke for some of y'all, in case y'all ain't know. Yeah, I'm still tripping off that shit from NXT. But anyway, this is the 133rd episode of the Blerd Cave. This is a show where we literally talked about everything that's going on in comic books, comic book movies, TV shows, and all that good stuff. I don't know why I'm telling you guys. It's like you've never heard it before, that you don't know, but I guess I had to think about it the other day, and it's always somebody's first cave. It's always someone's first. So we're going to address them as such. First and foremost, speaking of, Gokhan Shuri's baby's father with the $5 super chat says, pull muscle, been out of work for a week, but it's all good. What up, Blerd? Man, hey, for one, I'm doing just fine.
Where's my hello? Ain't that a bitch?
he said, Carter, you ain't shit. Yeah. But no, but no, man, I hope you feel better. Also, they threw in another little side note. My prayers go out for the people in Memphis. They say, what they're referring to is the
rest
events.
in peace.
Yeah, and
Young Dolph.
Yeah, Young Dolph. Which I'm not gonna pretend like I was like the biggest fan of Young Dolph. I'm not gonna act like I got like all the Young Dolph albums. But the thing is, the thing, and this is something me and another one of my local Memphis people were talking about. My homie Headmaster Squall was talking about. We were discussing it ain't even that you being a fan. It's, well, for one, it happened in first off, it happened in your own hometown. It happened in your own backyard. You out here buying cookies. Probably buying cookies for your baby over at Makeda's. Or Makeda's. And just, it's sad because you think about the fact that, you're rapper, famous, celebrity, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's a father. That's a husband. That's somebody's
son.
That's a son. Yeah. That's somebody's brother. That's somebody's that's somebody's cousin. That's somebody's family member. They've been taken away over what is very likely some foolishness. Yeah. And in broad daylight too, when other people could have been hurt as well. And I believe I don't remember hearing about, because I think everybody just was so focused on the death of Young Dolph. I don't even know if anyone else was injured.
So I think it was only Dolph from the reports that I read and that people sent me. But the only silver lining in all of this is, even though that cookie spot is in the hood, they had cameras. So they finna get these two dumbasses because they got them both on camera, and they even got the car that they were in. So that's the only silver lining in all of this.
Well, and the thing is, and I know that area. I mean, well, for one, I live in Memphis, but I used to work across from where it happened.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Okay, for those who don't know, it's kind of an area of Memphis has been gentrified to fuck. So,
Everywhere been gentrified?
Broad Avenue.
Ew.
That's where I don't know. I don't know if this was before your time or not, but like before you had left and sojourned away from Memphis. But they had that's where they had like Hollywood Feed and which for those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically a dog food store. It's a holistic dog food store that literally sells dog food so expensive you will walk in, look at that shit, and go, nah, I don't care about my dog's health. It was that level. Like, we used to sell bags of dog food that cost $100.
No.
Like, I'm not bullshitting. Like, we used to sell, like, it would be like a 28-pound bag of dog food, but it would cost you like $100. But like it was food that was like all like it was anyway. I don't get too far from that. But yeah, lots of other businesses were coming in. It was getting gentrified as fuck. There was like a vape shop. There was a pizza place. All this other stuff. Not saying you can't have those things in the hood, but just saying that they weren't owned by black people. Let's put it that way. And then you also had not too far from there. You had the Rec Room, which I don't even know if it's even still open. But yeah, that's another story altogether. Anyway, the point of what I'm trying to say is that it sucks. It sucks. Yeah. So. You know,
hopefully there is some justice in all that.
I really hope so. I really hope so. We got the homie Scott Yard with the $9.99 super chat. Says, morning all, we are getting some serious great media this week. It's good to be here with you all, man. Yeah, we actually are. We got Cowboy Bebop on Netflix. We got Arcane. I think was it the final three
episodes.
I said issues, 3 episodes. Anyway, which I haven't gotten to that part yet. We also got more Young. I think another episode of Young Justice, and we also got the Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime that debuted this week too. So
what the fuck is that?
It's a medieval fantasy novel series that has been around for a good bit, but only just now is getting like a legit adaptation. I think like they kind of tried to adapt things like similar to it in the past, but they never caught on.
I like how you completely forgot about that series we just got through talking about. I told you I watched.
Which one?
Fucking Hit Monkey out.
Hit Monkey. Well, yeah. Okay, yeah, of course. Yeah, Hit Monkey. See, that's the thing. Okay, so that's why I'm saying we have an embarrassment of riches that came out this week. Also, we got the remake, the remake of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. What was it? Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl or Brilliant Pearl. I can't remember how they did because they always gotta be extra with the fucking names and shit. But anyway, we got the remake of Pokemon, so that's a thing too. So it's just we have an embarrassment of riches. Also, we got the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer this week. Man, I'm sorry. Are we eating?
I feel like we are because I know we reacted to that trailer and it seemed like y'all asses loved it. You loved it lots and lots.
I about to say, I think that's good. Like I talked with Carter on the side about this. I think that's gonna be, and I think we even said it in the video too. I think it's gonna be the new way going forward because I'm tired of the streams getting interrupted or blocked or having to go through. It's literally what I do every week. Is I go in every week and I have to file disputes or trim shit out of the show because it either gets blocked or claimed or copyright. There's always some bullshit. So it's easier and less of a headache on me if we just do this shit and not do it live. We just post it later. So that's probably what's going to be the move going forward. Just letting y'all know. Man, we got that all that aside, we still got a lot to get into. I forgot Ghostbusters Afterlife came out this weekend.
I'm scared.
Gold, our homie, our mutual friend, Gold Cartridge. He told me him and his wife went to go see it yesterday, and he said he really enjoyed it.
But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. I saw a review on it. Mm-hmm. I saw three different reviews that said the same thing, and I think I know why Gold liked it. Mm-hmm. Because apparently it gets to a certain point in that movie where nostalgia just comes in and they just shove it down your throat like John Cena in 05.
Oh, so Lord. Like they get right in your face and do the...
Yeah. So I'm kind of nervous because I like that it looked like it was its own thing, aka trying to be Stranger Things with the extra one. But
and they also got one of the same actors, Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things is in that movie as well. So that probably doesn't help. That probably didn't help at all. But yeah, no, I've heard different things about it from different websites, different critics, different YouTube channels, different Twitter pages, whatever. I'm reserving judgment to it because oddly enough, my daughter, we were sitting on the couch yesterday playing Overcooked 2, and she looked at me and was like, "Daddy, I want to go see Ghostbusters. I want to see the new Ghostbusters." And it's funny to me because she's never seen the first one. She's never seen the second one. She hadn't even seen the one with Leslie Jones and Kate McKinnon. She ain't seen a stitch of Ghostbusters. But you know
Good
why
for
she
her.
wants to go see it?
Why is that?
Because she watches a lot of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And she's seen commercials for it. And of course, because it's out, some of the YouTubers that she watches, the play Minecraft and Roblox and shit, they're doing Ghostbusters related things. That it's kind of like the same thing with Squid Game. I had to have an uncomfortable conversation with my daughter about why she can't play red light, green light the way they do on Squid Game. Because they put that shit in Roblox, and she plays Roblox, and it's just like, oh, well, that's a thing that happened. And she watches all these different YouTubers. Well, they're also recreating Squid Game on their channels, which they're not doing it like gory or graphic.
Yeah,
but it's just
I've
like
seen that crab game or something like that.
Yeah, they do it like in a way that's kind of like that kind of kidifies it or makes it safe for kids. But I remember the first time I watched her play it on Roblox, I was like, damn, baby, I was like, you ain't gonna last. You would make it past the first, because like she was playing red light, green light, and she was running, and it was like red light, and then all of a sudden her little Roblox character just burst into pieces because they didn't got blown off.
No, when you said that she's trying to play red light, green light the way they do it on the show, I thought you meant that little baby Blerd trying to put something in somebody.
Oh no.
Mama didn't get her that Capri Sun. She wanted red light. Baby, what are you talking about? Pop, 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 pop.
That's all you hear. But no, oh yeah, by the way, man, let's get these likes up, people. Let's get these likes up. I see these people in chat talking about I just now caught it too. We got 50 likes, man. Let's go ahead and get them up. Let's get them up. Get them up. But yeah, but no, let's first off, let's get to my homie Gabriel, aka the Dark Knight. Look, I loved it. Like, he saw it, it was just immediately like, yeah, I already know what's gonna happen. But anyway, Gabriel Knight coming through with the 1999 super chat. Says, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. Just putting something in the collection plate for the Cave team. Love the video on Spider-Man this week. Dude, I appreciate you. By the way, I love how we talked about this shit and then literally it became a thing. Grant, I'm not saying that like we started it, but I love how like we literally cited evidence and stuff from the past saying, hey, this is what happens when they do trailers. This is what's going on. Lo and behold, a Brazilian version, or was it a German version? I think it was just honestly the international versions of the trailer. They showed that shot where Lizard was getting sprang on by some invisible individual.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
You know what I love? My favorite thing was someone actually took the scene from The Incredibles where the guy's trying to prove that Dash has superpowers. And he's got the video. He had the video where he's like, see, right there. I was fucking dying laughing off that shit. But yeah, no, that shit was scrubbed
John
out.
Cena beat shit out of the Lizard in that little shot.
Well, it came through and hit him with the 5-knuckle shuffle and everything. Brushed his shoulder off, hit him with the elbow, hit him with the fist, all that shit. Put him in the STFU. I was like, Lord. But no, thank you for that, pimping. We also got Gokhan Shuri's baby's father with the $5 super chat. Says, Carter, you dropped down and got your eagle on back then.
I don't need you. It's too early in the morning for you to be that graphic. Don't worry about any people that I may have on. I'm gonna need you to mind your business.
Damn. We also got Born Star with the $5 super chat. Says, good to be in the cave again. Y'all smart. So got any tips for writing and pitching a character for comics? Currently writing a couple for Marvel. Well, here, I can tell you this. Here's the thing. And this is something I've talked to a lot of writers in the indie scene and even some professional ones in the big in the big two and then the Image and so on and so forth. Here's the thing I will say you should always do, and it is, if you are writing on the writing side of things, just whenever you're out, like, take time to go out into the world and just listen to people. I'm not saying you got to talk to them. I'm just saying, like, go to a Starbucks. Go to a diner, a restaurant, something like that. Actually, I would say if you really just want to, if you really go like a fucking Waffle House, or something like that, and just sit there and listen to people talk. And honestly, I would say, like, if you're trying to write any specific type of a character, go to those places where you think people like that, who talk like that, or the type of character you're trying to write. Go to those places where they be, like, hang out, like, you want to write a nerd, hang out in a comic book shop or a video game store, or, whatever. If you want to, like, someone, I don't know, shit, who's if it's a trucker, hang out in a fucking Waffle House or some shit. Or if you're just trying to, or some dude that's trying to smash at 4 a.m., go to Waffle House. But no, just go and try to put yourself in positions where you can listen to people, so that way you can write more authentic dialogue. That's the thing that is always left out of me. Now, one thing I will say about that, and this is actually something that you don't want to follow it too much to the letter, because one of the things I always tell people is, and a lot of people don't like to believe this, but sometimes when people say, oh, this dialogue feels natural, it feels organic, it feels like an actual conversation, sometimes that's true. But a lot of times it's not true, because sometimes what people say in real life sounds corny as fuck. And people don't like to admit that sometimes. It's kind of like, when I address the criticisms that people have for, like, the current crop of Milestone Media comics, they say, oh, black people don't talk like that, black people don't talk like that, and it's like, yeah, they do. I was like, I've seen some of y'all motherfuckers on Twitter talking like this. But that's what I'm saying. As far as the pitch goes, I would say write one of, and this is not just for Marvel, it's for DC, for anybody, except for maybe Image. You could make up your own shit for Image. But Marvel, if you're trying to pitch for Marvel and DC, don't write anything original. When I say original, I'm talking about original characters. But take a character that they already have, like okay, write a Monica Rambeau, write a Wolverine, write a Captain America, a Storm, whatever, a character that is already theirs. Write a story around that character. Because if you write something original, it probably will get thrown away. Because technically, from a legality standpoint, Marvel don't float like that no more. They want you to, like, if you wanted to pitch something, pitch Venom to them. Pitch, Nova, in some character they already have, Moon Knight, whatever, and write that, because then that shows them that you can write their characters, and that is what they want. So there you go. Let's see here. I never. But no. I've actually heard someone say that out loud one time. Like, I never.
Oh God.
But no, we got a bunch of news. Let's go ahead and jump into our news, man. The main thing, the main course.
Good old Hawkeye.
Yeah, old Hawkeye.
I hope they do that in that show, because was a running gag in the Fraction book, was fucking Hawkeye.
I love it. Well, because it's one of those things. I actually remember being a little kid talking to other people who didn't like read comics, and that's what you like. If that's what they would call, like, if they saw me read comics, who's that Hawk guy? But no, so very recently, I think it was just yesterday, maybe the day before. We got some interesting news. Basically what happened was, so Hailee Steinfeld, who is, I would venture to guess, the actress who you would probably remember the most from things like, what was it, Bumblebee? What was that TV show she had on, was it the CW? Oh shit!
She has a TV show on CW. I know she has one on Apple. It's she's Dickinson.
That's what it was. It was on Apple. It was Dickinson, which I think did it not just end?
No, I think it has some more episodes. I don't know. I don't keep up with that show. You all may remember her from. I feel like this is The Simpsons. Her name is Troy McClure. You may remember her from such movies and films such as Pitch Perfect.
That too. I always forget. Yeah, I always forget that as well. But no, Hailee Steinfeld. Recently, she was asked a question. I forget what it was exactly that they were doing. What was going on, but it was basically like a press jump.
It was a little press run for Hawkeye.
You know, they were doing promotions and whatnot, and basically they were doing this. That's what it was. It was on the Phase Zero podcast, which apparently they had. I guess they were doing something live. But basically, they were asked a question. And the question was essentially, can we expect to see Young Avengers? Will we ever see Young Avengers in the MCU? And it elicited a reaction from Hailee Steinfeld that elicited yet another reaction from Kevin Feige, who seemed unamused. Or I won't say unamused, but I think let's say the best word for it is he didn't seem to care for being put on the spot. 'Cause basically what she did, to put a finer point on it, basically what she did was she kind of just looked at him. Like, here, let me see. She basically just kind of turned around. She basically kind of just, her reaction was simply to go, Kevin, you had like she may as well just said, Kevin, you have anything to say about this? And kind of put Kevin on the spot, which makes everybody else turn around and look at Kevin as well. And Kevin,
it's kind of fucked up if you think about it, because I'm like, dude, what you looking at me for? Oh, I already got the X-Men I got to do right now. Answer the fucking question,
right?
Like, leave Kevin Feige alone.
Look, Kevin Feige, like, man, keep my name out it. So this actually led to people freaking the fuck out, and it's hilarious to me. It's hilarious to me for a multitude of reasons, because this led to people going, oh my god, confirmed.
Which is so funny. It's like no one said anything. She ended up saying later that she feels grateful to be a part of the show in this universe, and it's only the beginning, is what she said in that interview. But it was so funny that all she did was look at Kevin Feige, and everybody said, well, she got like 6 movies down the drain right now, like 4 TV shows. All they did was look at each other. Yeah. Didn't confirm and didn't deny nothing.
Didn't say shit. Now, here's the thing. Let's address the elephant. Let's address the elephant in the room real quick. This motherfucker. This motherfucker is actually legit turned around. No, let's go ahead and say first and foremost that we already have, of course, as we're literally discussing it right this second, we have Hailee Steinfeld in the MCU. She is, of course, going to be playing Kate Bishop. That is a thing. It's not conjecture. It is not rumor. It is not hearsay. It is out there in the open. It is literally for anyone to see and take and do with as they will, right? Okay, so what else do we already have in the MCU right now? Let's see. Here, let me pull this up just because I want people to feel where I'm coming from.
All right, and while you do that, I need everybody in the chat to put their hands up. Officer Robo Strange is in here. 8 months Blerd Club Silver.
Oh shit! Hold
Officer
on.
Robo Strange is in the building. If you have not followed him on Twitter and not seen his new police officer badge picture, I highly suggest you do so.
Oh my god. Also, go check out I Freaking Love Comics. They're awesome. They're great. A lot of my favorite people on there: Miracle Man, Respawn, G, and Judah, and of course Robo. All of them are on there. Please go do it. But Robo Strange come through with the 8 months. Says, "What's up, Earth's mightiest subscribers?" We also got one from the homie Damian Wayne with the $4.99 super chat. Says, "I love the idea of a Blood Syndicate miniseries or show that is similar to The Wire on HBO Max."
Oh wow,
that wouldn't be a bad idea. I honestly, I think you could do it.
I'm so sick of y'all and this fucking Blood Syndicate. I cannot wait until this shit comes out. It better be as good as you motherfuckers keep making it out to be.
Dude,
I swear to God.
Dude,
I swear to God, that book better be just off the chain from start to finish.
Well, did you ever see the video I did about him?
No.
Dude, go watch it. Go watch that video. I promise you. I promise you. It's worth your time. It's worth your time.
Oh no, I'm not saying it isn't. It's just when the milestone stuff came back, anything that I didn't know, I didn't want to know what happened originally because
you don't want to paint your view of it. Yeah.
Exactly. And with them saying this is all going to be a reboot and what have you, I want to this shit better just man.
It's a
I better be busting nuts all over the room where you said it was an elephant in here. You lying motherfucker. I actually got nervous. But this book better be fire.
I think it will be. Blood Syndicate was an interesting concept because it literally involved street gangs. It was unusual territory for it's not what you would they weren't what you would normally expect out of superheroes. Like your superheroes were typically like ex-military or like government ops or like aliens from another planet or some guy who literally just wants to do the right thing. And these were guys who literally were a street gang.
Yeah.
And
because they sound, the name itself, it makes them sound like villains. The Blood Syndicate from the Suwu planet.
Oh my god. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Anyway, okay, so we got Hailee Steinfeld, of course, we know is going to be playing Kate Bishop. But here's the other thing. We know that the Young Avengers are coming. At least at some point they're going to set it up because I'm not going to try and mispronounce this poor girl's name. She's going to be in Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness.
Miss America?
Yeah, she's going to be playing a young America Chavez. We've also got this brother right here who was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He is basically Patriot. That's Patriot right there. We also got the twins. We got Billy. And was it Tommy? So there you go. That's Wiccan and that's Wiccan and Speed right there. Straight up.
Boy, y'all had said Billy. I was about to say Mandy. It is too early in the morning. I need coffee. I need coffee.
Oh my god, get out of here. We also just had Kid Loki show up in the Loki series. And even though technically this isn't a Young Avenger proper, we had Kang the Conqueror, or rather a variant of Kang, in Loki season 1. I figure it's been long enough. I'm not gonna say spoiler for that because if you ain't watching by now, you weren't gonna watch it. But no,
dude.
Which means we would probably ultimately wind up getting a younger version of this character who would be Iron Lad. And then what was the other thing we had? We had and so I mean that's a lot of your principal characters for the Young Avengers. I think. Oh, I almost forgot. Stature. Stature is technically the character has been in all of the Ant-Man movies up to this point, but she's been recast for Ant-Man Quantumania. So
now
that's pretty much it. The only Young Avenger we have yet to see or have discovered that they're going to be in the MCU in any capacity is Hulkling. That's literally like the one.
There's one more. There's one more. There's one more.
Who you got?
But Kevin Feige can't do anything about it right now because he has yet to start the foundation of bringing in the mutants into the MCU. Because I got all three of them Karen Gillan trades. You just can't see because lighted all that shit there. Hold on, let me see if I can get him in there.
There you
Boom.
go. There you go. There you go.
Oh shit! Who that?
That's Prodigy.
You goddamn right it is. What is Prodigy?
He's a mutant.
There you go. See, Feige, he bringing it all in. Y'all, why don't y'all listen to me, man?
This man is a whole fool. I just want to point that out. Anyway.
So the stream is fucking delayed from when you and me talking. So I didn't realize you had already had Prodigy up on the screen.
On the screen.
But see, y'all know what.
I mean, look, I'm not mad at you. I mean, but here's the thing. Not only has this been, because apparently other people had to come out and talk about this too. But basically, in the wake of all of this, in the wake of all this information that we're getting, one of the producers on for all the MCU projects. Basically, they said that, look, it could possibly happen. They're not denying it. They're not trying to say, oh, no, it'll never be a thing. It'll never be a thing. But basically, Trent Tran basically kind of came out and said, we'll see how it goes. We're not saying that it's gonna happen, not saying that it will happen, not saying that you can set your calendars, but basically, we'll see how it goes. They're clearly angling for this. They're clearly setting it up. They're teeing it up. But I'm gonna be the first one to say that a lot of the shit that you see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is planned out, pre-planned out, years in advance. And now when I say years, I'm saying several years in advance. Usually, I think last time I heard Kevin Feige talk about this, he said that by the time you learn that we're working on something, we probably already been working on it for 5 to 10 years by this point. At least the way that that they're setting everything up. So yeah, that's why when they said, "Hey, don't expect to see X-Men in the MCU for a few years," that was the reason why, was because they literally just gotten the rights back, so they could literally only just now start, fucking with it. And that's why it's like, okay, well, that was about 3 years ago, just about. It feels like, might have been longer, could be closer to 4 years now. Shit, I don't know. So that's why you're gonna start seeing more and more and more and more and more of it starting to slowly sneak its way in, and you'll start learning more about it because they can finally, maybe talk about it or show you something.
So you brought up something good. You're saying that they're teeing it up. So I think the only problem now, not even a problem, but the only question now is it going to be a hole in one, or is it going to end up in the pond and then decapitated a duck? Because the question that's on my mind is, of course, we're getting Young Avengers. We know we're getting Young Avengers. But the question is, what network service channel is going to get Young Avengers? Because I think that's going to have a lot to do with the quality as well. Is it going to be on Disney Plus? Because if it is, then we know we can get giddy. Is it going to be on Hulu, where Runaways did have a little bit of success, but Hellstrom died over there somewhere.
They said Hellstrom to die on Hulu.
Is it going to be on whatever the hell the new name for ABC Family is?
Freeform or whatever. Some shit.
Okay. Is it gonna be on the Free Fall you just said? Is it gonna be on fucking ABC somewhere? That's the real question, because I think even if let's say we do get this show and we've been talking about it, but then we find out that shit is on Hulu with a little less of a budget, will you still be that excited even though you got what you said that you wanted?
Okay, yeah. Well, because, that's kind of where dreams, or not dreams, but where desires go to die, is when you finally get what you want. Like, yeah, because are the people going to be happy with it? Because that's another thing. You know, people have been begging for Kamala Khan to be in the MCU, and now that they're finally getting her, there's some people who aren't happy with the way she's being done. People have been begging for America Chavez, and I'm going to say the same thing that I've said the last 2 or 3 times that we've talked about this, that, you know, yes, we are getting her, and it is not the way the people want. But that was also the same thing that happened with Monica Rambeau. They introduced the character as a child, and now we've had those who were patient and not rabid fucking aggression monsters. They finally got to see those dividends paid off in WandaVision. I think it's going to be the same thing with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. We're going to get a young America Chavez, and eventually, and this is something that, you know, can technically happen. That character can either age into the character, or they will recast that character to be older, which, I mean, honestly, Marvel's not shy about recasting, except for with one thing, and we'll talk about that later. But because, I mean, they've recast Cassie Lang 3 times. 3 different actresses. By the time Quantumania comes out, 3 different actresses will have played the character of Stature. We had the little girl from the first 2 Ant-Man movies. They had a whole ass other girl playing her, like a grown girl playing her in Endgame, and now we're gonna have a whole other grown ass woman playing her in Quantumania. So I mean, it's a thing. It's not gonna be that big a deal. By the way, we also got a. Whoop, that was not the one I meant to do. That one. We also got an upgraded membership to Blerd Club Diamond from the homie Sammy Wiltshire out here. Thank you. Hold up. Okay. It looks like it's trying to come back. I hate this thing sometimes. Okay. Do right. Stop fucking around. Anyway. And we also got one from the homie R. Jack Fellham with a $5 super chat. Says, listen to Carter, for madness comes wisdom. I guess it was appropriate because we were talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, so it kind of all worked out. But anyway, let's keep it pushing. Let's see here. I want to go to, what's our next thing? You know, we were just talking about casting.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and talk about it now. The elephant in the room. Yet another elephant in the room. So just recently, let's see. Yeah, just recently, and this was on the Ringerverse. Yeah. One of the big names in the behind the MCU, which is Nate Moore, who's basically the vice president of development for Marvel. He was asked about the recasting of Black Panther, which is something that's been a hot topic. It's been a hot button issue for quite some time, and I know, and it's one of those things. I'm going to go ahead and say right now, while yes, I agree, he should be recast, I don't think it should be now. Yeah. Just saying. I don't think it should be now. Wait till later. But the other thing is, this isn't the, like, people are kind of acting like this is the first time Marvel has said anything about it. They've actually said something about it on multiple different occasions, but this time they just kind of reiterated it, and there were people who I guess don't pay attention, and they're just now hearing this for the first time,
which is crazy to me. It's like I think it's one of those instances where you're being ignorant on purpose because you're trying to hold out hope.
Right. Well, and you know what it is? This is something that the 2016 election taught me. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this until the 2016 election. There are people who, and I'm applying this to political news, but you can actually apply this to any type of news. When they're told something, they don't follow up on it to see if anything's changed. They just take what they saw at face value, move on into the world, and could possibly be walking around with incorrect information. This is how that rumor about Bernie Mac being dead started, when the man wasn't even dead. Because people just took the news, went on with it, and didn't try and see if there was anything more to the story. It's also the same reason why, and Carter, I know you know what I'm talking about here when I say this, because we both dealt with this at GameStop. Remember that E3 when Microsoft was supposed to put out an Xbox One that was supposed to be DRM to hell and back?
Oh, yeah.
And remember, Sony came out with their press conference later that night and basically dunked all over the
shredded their ass. Yeah.
And dude, there were people, even 3 years after the Xbox One had been out, who still thought that you had to have a connected to it at all times, that it had to always be online, and that you couldn't share games, physical copies of games with your friends. Why? Because they saw that press conference or they heard news about it, and they didn't bother to check into it again later or even listen to anybody who tried to tell them something different after. They literally just took it and ran with it. That is why we still keep having to do these things. Why I feel like sometimes we're reiterating stories when I feel we shouldn't have to. But I'm going to reiterate this shit now, and because this is probably the first time I think they've actually explained why exactly they're not recasting. So basically what Nate Moore said was, he said, I'll say the chances that you see T'Challa in and I'm not hedging my bets here, I'm being quite honest, you will not see T'Challa in the MCU 616 universe. And I want to clarify real quick here. He says the MCU 616 universe. This means the main movies. He's not talking about Marvel What If. He's not talking about a Disney Plus spinoff show. He's talking about the core Marvel movies and TV shows. He says we couldn't do it. When Chadwick passed, there was a real conversation we had with director Ryan Coogler about what do we do, and it was a fast conversation. It wasn't weeks, it was minutes of discussing how we move this franchise forward without this character, because I think we all feel so much of T'Challa on the screen is tied to Chadwick Boseman. And that is something that I feel, like I said, I've already said my piece about it. Yes, I do think they should recast, but I don't think the time is now. I honestly don't think the time is now. It would be, because here's the thing. The same people, you know what it reminds me of, Carter? And I know a lot of things remind me of a lot of things, but it reminds me of when people called for George Lucas to be removed from Star Wars. You remember that, Carter?
Yeah.
There were like
especially doing them fucking prequels.
Yeah. Okay, so right before George Lucas sold the rights to Disney, like for about 2 or 3 years, people were hard body saying that George Lucas needs to be removed from the franchise. He needs to give it to somebody else. And then eventually, he said, fuck it, sure, I'll do it. And he gave it away. He gave it to Disney for like, what was it, $4 billion or something like that. And then people didn't like what they got. And you know what started happening, Carter? People started begging for George Lucas to come back. The same people who asked him to give it up. Now, here's the thing. I think the same thing is going to happen with Chadwick Boseman, or rather the recasting of T'Challa, the character T'Challa, is that the same people who are probably clamoring for him to be recast, if they cast someone that they don't like, or even if they do like the pick, but he's just not as good, or in their eyes, it's kind of like when you watch the original version of something and it gets remade, or there's a sequel or something like that, or it gets adapted. Like case in point, remember we were talking about Why the Last Man, why we didn't reread Why the Last Man when we were getting ready to watch it, because we didn't want, our having just freshly read the comic to paint how we looked at this new thing. Same as you just said about the Blood Syndicate. You didn't want that to paint how you felt about this new version of Blood Syndicate coming in. And I think that's what people do a lot of times and don't realize it. They don't realize that they're kind of already creating a bias for themselves, subconsciously going into something because they have the other thing too fresh in their head. And that's what I think is going to happen. People, they're like, Marvel doesn't, and I want to say, it's honestly, it's an unenviable position. I wouldn't want to be in their position, but basically, I don't blame them. Because, whoever comes in next, they're going to be held to probably an unrealistic standard. Because if that person doesn't act just as good as Chadwick Boseman or portrays T'Challa exactly, because basically what you're doing is you're bringing in an actor to basically just mime another actor. It's basically what people are going to end up, whether they realize it or not, whether they subconsciously realize it or not, that's what they're ultimately going to expect.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fair. That's why Heath Ledger wasn't recast, or why the Joker in the Dark Knight movies wasn't recast, despite the fact that Heath Ledger had passed away. Because it was just too soon. And people would have held whoever came in after Heath Ledger, they would have been unfairly judged. You know, and that's for better or worse. That's for better or worse. Both positively and negatively. So
with you saying that, but you have to kind of look at how Joaquin did the role, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people originally looked at it like, a Heath versus a Joaquin kind of thing, but that subsided quickly when people saw that film. So
that was a unique scenario, though. That's because people wanted that movie to be good.
Okay,
that movie, like that movie was so polarized because, for one, there were people who felt, and I was one of them, that the movie was unnecessary. Because
Joker, you mean?
Joker. Talking about Joker.
Okay.
Yeah, the movie was unnecessary. But there were some people that they were so desperate for that movie to be good, honestly, they would have believed anything. They would have said anything. Yep. There were people who wanted the movie to be so bad that they would have believed anything. They would have said anything. So I don't like using that as an example. I mean, that was
another one we could do. Even though I think you and I were having this conversation not too long ago. You look at Daniel Craig as James Bond, and then one of the first things you brought up when we were talking with Sean Connery.
Okay, yeah.
I think what will happen is basically what you said. I think T'Challa will be recast, just not right now.
Yeah,
but
the dude's body has just gotten cold. His body has literally just gotten cold.
I think after enough time has passed, I think what we'll have is a way for people to realize that you know what? Let's go back to our Donny Cates interview when he brought up the Immortal Hulk, when we brought up the Immortal Hulk. Just because he's not doing what Al Ewing is doing does not mean that Al Ewing shit does not exist for us to absorb again.
Exactly.
So I think we will get a new T'Challa at some point, and I think that they will be able to coexist. Just to go back to the Bond point, we had Sean Connery, we had Pierce Brosnan,
we had Roger Moore.
We had Roger Moore. Thank you,
Timothy
Dalton.
George Lazenby. Actually, both Timothy Dalton and George Lazenby both got, I think, one movie apiece.
Yeah. So I think just looking at how those are done, I think they could coexist. I don't think people will give it an unfair chance just because they know that if they're willing to do this now, with all the drama that's going around that film, I think people will give it a bit of a chance instead of putting a lot of weight and pressure unnecessarily on an actor. I think people may have learned their lesson just from the Ben Affleck situation, where so many people gave Ben Affleck.
Sorry, I'm laughing at somebody in chat. Someone is I always love when people use big caps because I just read it as though they're angry. I don't read it as I'm just like, okay.
Oh Lord,
calm down.
But I look at Ben Affleck because people constantly brought up Michael Keaton. People were bringing up fucking George Clooney.
They brought up Christian Bale. They brought up Christian Bale. I mean,
exactly.
And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Spider-Man, even. Remember Amazing Spider-Man? People, and this is what I'm talking. And granted, like I said, not the same situation because nobody died, but people judge. And I'm gonna be honest. I think people unfairly judged the movie. I mean, granted, the movie has problems. I'm not saying it's, that Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 are just amazing movies because they're not. Even though they are titled as such, they are not amazing. But people unfairly went in on Andrew Garfield's performance because you know what they kept saying? He wasn't Tobey Maguire. And they do that with Batman too. I remember when Batman Forever came out, Val Kilmer. I still remember people saying, "Yeah, not my Batman. He ain't he ain't no Michael Keaton." And here's the fucked up part. I remember when the first Batman movie came out and people were shitting on that Batman at first because it was Michael Keaton, and they were like, "Oh, well, he ain't Adam West."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm sorry. You can't just turn around. You can't just be like, oh, boom, turn around and do it right now, because I'm sorry. That's just the way the world is. And honestly, I would rather them take their sweet-ass fucking time, wait another 2 or 3 years, because that's how long it takes these movies to come out sometimes. It's not like Black Panther 2 is coming out tomorrow. It ain't coming. And hell, its production's been halted too at that. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute too, because what we got to talk about technically kind of flows into that.
Yeah. Real quick, Devarius saying they ain't angry, they're just passionate. There's a really big difference between passionate and just being fucking weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's kind of why I have the attitude I have towards that shit. Because to me, you can be passionate. But there's a point where your passion becomes obsession.
Yes.
And when it becomes obsession, it becomes creepy. And when it becomes creepy, I don't want nothing to do with it.
And I'll say this and then we can go to the next subject. But in his defense, I think Andrew Garfield, from the scenes that I saw, I think that he was a really good Spider-Man.
He was.
Just not a good Peter Parker.
So that I will agree
Spider-Man
with.
Was an irritating douche, which is what he is. You know what? I think it was Charles Soule that said this when I was on the Stegman stream the other day. It's when he puts the mask on that he gets the courage to say what he wants to say to the people
he wouldn't say normally.
Exactly.
Which is like being behind a keyboard.
Exactly. Keyboard. Spider-Man's a fucking keyboard warrior.
He is. He's a keyboard warrior. He's a mask warrior. But
so I'll give him that. I think he was a really good Spider-Man. Yeah. Just everything else was just.
Well, and also he was a different Peter Parker because they were trying to update. Because and I'll be honest with you, I think that Tobey Maguire was a good Peter Parker, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of found Tobey Maguire's performance overall to be annoying, but not in a way that like, oh man, his Spider-Man is so annoying, he's pissing off the villains, I love it. It was more like, I just don't like his voice. He was too soft-spoken. Like even when he was in the mask, he was too soft-spoken for me. And I felt like whenever he was talking to criminals, that like he was just like, I felt like he was gonna cry any second. Like I felt like he I didn't like it. But the thing is, Sam Raimi's idea of what a nerd is kind of dated. And the idea of what other people think a nerd is kind of dated. By the time Amazing Spider-Man came along, the definition of a nerd had kind of changed. Over the course of those 3 Spider-Man movies, nerds have become, I won't say cool, but it became less of a damning thing for you to be a nerd. But you move over from all that. Oh my!
Did Uncle Ben in Amazing Spider-Man get killed over chocolate milk?
He went to go get some chocolate milk from the corner store. I think for Aunt May, I believe. I can't remember. It's been a minute. And he got clapped. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, man. Watching Martin Sheen, I'm not gonna lie. I actually like Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben, but goddamn, I was like, man, this man died ugly as hell.
Oh my goodness! No, I didn't realize Mr. Mom came out first. Well, I thought Mr. Mom came out later.
No, because Michael Keaton was considered the comedy guy. That's why people didn't want him to be Batman. Okay. But just so you guys, so you guys have context. Now y'all kind of understand where I'm coming from. That even before the internet, people used to get mad about shit like this. You just didn't hear it as often. But the other thing I did want to say, in regards to that, though, is that, that's kind of the reason why I feel like, the way people treat the casting of Batman, the way people treat the casting of Spider-Man. Hell, just recently with the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, people got mad because Peter Parker was making fun of Dr. Octopus's real name.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of stupid.
Because we were like, oh, Spider-Man wouldn't do that. And then literally I saw a deluge of different images from the comics where he clearly is making fun of somebody's name. But neither here nor there. But I do also want to go on to say that basically, to continue what Nate Moore was saying, then we'll move on. He says, as hard as it is narratively to figure out what to do next, because that's a big hole, at no point do we consider recasting. The challenge for Black Panther Wakanda Forever is how to tell a story without T'Challa, and it's a challenge we are up for. Now, let's read between the lines here. He did say at no point did we consider. He's not talking about the future. He's talking about for this movie. He's talking about for this movie and this movie alone, and then they'll figure it out afterward, which is honestly, that's the best move they can make. Get this movie done and then move on. Y'all'll be strong. Trust me. Y'all'll be all right. November 2022 is literally a year away. A little less than a year away. But that said, production on the movie, and supposedly this won't change the date, but I think it will. Also, real quick, before we even go, let's address them real quick, because I got a little something from Nick D with the 1999 super chat. Since I figure they meant that they would maybe take a T'Challa from another universe and bring them into the main MCU. That could mean a new actor. It's not a recast technically. Maybe you could potentially see something like that, because that's something we may see with Spider-Man No Way Home. Not saying that's gonna be the case, but just saying it might be. But I wouldn't be against, like I said, I wouldn't be against it. I have said who I would love to be my T'Challa in the MCU if they decided to recast. Sope Dirizu from the Gangs of London. Amazing actor. Dude, that dude was whooping some ass in that show. Anytime that dude was on screen, he was whooping some ass, and I was here for it. I think he could actually play that role to perfection.
And we got a $5 super chat from Jonathan Moda, bringing up something I didn't even think about.
Oh,
Good Lord.
Wait
Wait until they recast Wolverine.
Oh, yeah. Folks will be mad, because if it's not Hugh Jackman or anyone like Hugh Jackman, or if it's anyone they feel is not short enough or too tall or not muscular enough or not Wolverine, like, dude, this is why it's called acting. Because Hugh Jackman doesn't walk around looking like that all the time. Have y'all seen that motherfucker when he ain't on the set of Wolverine or X-Men movie? Dude look regular man as fuck. Have y'all seen The Greatest Showman? That ain't Wolverine. Did y'all see The Prestige?
And that movie was off the chain.
Oh no, Prestige is great, but I'm just saying he wasn't acting like Wolverine in that movie. That's the thing. These people are actors. They're gonna make you. Their job is to make you believe they are who you are supposed to be portraying. Give these people a chance. Like I said, don't be the people who shit talked Heath Ledger being the Joker and then turned around and they're like, oh my God, he's the greatest Joker ever. People did the same thing with Batman. They were like, oh man, fuck Ben Affleck. And then Batman v Superman comes in like, oh dude, he was the best part of the whole movie. He was so great. It's just like people shitting. Hell, Robert Pattinson. Remember when Robert Pattinson shit was brand new? People are like, oh God, it's Twilight Batman. It's like,
how long ago did that fucking movie come out? Jesus Christ.
Look, this dude didn't take a L for Harry Potter to be remembered as only Edward from Twilight. Jesus Christ. This dude took a whole L from Voldemort just to be remembered as Edward. But anyway, look, Black Panther 2 is pausing production. And this is because apparently Letitia Wright, who plays Shuri,
who will not be Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Why'd you say it like that?
That's how Kendrick Lamar said it on the album. But no, Letitia Wright is basically suffering from injuries and grievances from said injuries that are apparently far worse than people initially believed they were. Basically what's going on here is that on top of, I think, what was it, the injury that she was said to have suffered, And they weren't really, when it was originally announced, it was said to be a unspecified but minor injury. But basically, just recently, I guess people from her camp, people from her, or like who are representing her, said that Letitia has been recovering in London since September from injuries sustained on the set of Black Panther 2 and is looking forward to returning to work early 2022. And that Letitia kindly asks that you keep her in your prayers. So basically, what they are believing is that something was either broken or severely, or like just, but the other, basically what it is it's a fractured shoulder. She fractured her shoulder and she suffered a concussion. And the concussion, the effects of, like, it says that she had a pretty severe concussion is what is believed to
she got Ruby Rosed.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, now that you put it that way. Now that you put it that way. Now I'm actually seeing it that way and I can't unsee it. I'm now sitting here literally thinking about, I now literally just have it in my head that, yeah, she got Batwoman. Damn. She got Batwoman. So,
and I know those kind of shoulder injuries and stuff like that. I've had experience with those just growing up in Memphis. You do anything to pass the time, and if you know, there were several times when I was a young youth, where Memphis, we didn't get snow, we got ice, and since we couldn't have snowball fights, we were just chucking big ass blocks of ice at each other. So, yeah.
Oh, see, that reminds me when I was in elementary school, and like, you know, sometimes that the fruit that they would have, because the way they would store it, it would be like really cold, like practically frozen sometimes when you would get it.
I remember those Memphis City School rolls and hard ass cookies.
Dude, so
bust
like,
your goddamn windshield.
Look, we would like whenever there was a food fight, you just knew to get under the table and hide because you don't want to get bust upside the head with a frozen apple.
Yeah, one of those apples or one of them burnt ass butter cookies from take motherfucker, man. That shit was the equivalent of Odd Jobs hat from GoldenEye 64. Somebody's head is gonna be across the street.
They'd be like, ugh.
But yeah, boy, those ice wars. Jesus Christ.
Dude, yeah, no, that shit was terrible. But no, I like I said, my heart goes out. My heart goes out for Letitia Wright on this one because, I mean, yeah, once again, all bullshit aside, all anti-vax, whatever shit aside, a concussion ain't nothing to play with, and it sounds like the injury, yeah, no, it is just not. And the injury that she sustained seems like it was something that, even by Marvel's own standards, they're not openly admitting fault, but at the same time, kind of. At the same time, it's a really weird scenario because in one way, one of the things, and I want to say this might have been Kevin Feige that came out on this one, but basically, yeah, it was Kevin Feige. Was it Louis D'Esposito and Nate Moore? Basically, they sent out a memo to the production crew. Basically, they said running a production of this scale in the midst of a pandemic is not an easy task, and you have remained diligent and professional throughout. In addition, as you are all aware, Letitia had a frightening accident on our set during a stunt back in August. It was a reminder of the importance of safety at all times in our work, which we know you understand and are committed to. What we had initially thought were minor injuries turned out to be much more serious, with Letitia suffering a critical shoulder fracture and a concussion with severe side effects. It has been a painful process, and Letitia has been home recovering with her doctors and the support of family. What was you gonna say?
No, I'm wondering what she was doing, just because, you know, I'm looking at the films that she was in with Black Panther and in Infinity War and Endgame. She wasn't really doing nothing like action heavy.
No, not crazy. Nothing crazy.
So from everything that you're saying, it sounds like somebody fucked up.
Yeah, no, somebody fucked up.
It sounds like.
Yeah, somebody fucked up. They fucked up big time.
Okay.
Sounds like. And they go on to say that we've adjusted our production schedule so she has the time she needs to heal, but there's only so much we can do without Shuri. We also want to thank Letitia for everything she's doing to get back to the set. We know how much she loves this role, how tough it's been for her to be away, and how hard she's working to recover as quickly as she safely can. We are eagerly awaiting her return, and we know we will all come back stronger together. So basically, they're saying that they've shot enough of this movie that it likely won't change the release date of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, but you never know.
That's a very you are a ruthless man, Word Without Fear.
What?
That was the prettiest way to say we shot a lot of this movie, so like get better, but the show must go on.
we got to get these racks. We gotta get these racks.
Yeah, I really hope that she does get better because, like you said, a concussion is nothing to play with.
Nah.
And as it stands right now, I think everyone is hoping that she gets better because you can't talk about someone who has been not severely injured, but has just been injured to the point of it being a serious injury. Let's say serious injury.
Right.
You can't pick on somebody because of the COVID stances and shit like that when they hurt, because then everybody go dog pat you. So Letitia, I hope that you get better, you heal up, you go back to shooting that movie. Then we can see what other shit you post on Twitter and have people going all crazy because of COVID.
Right. No, and like I said, it's one of those things.
We need more stories to talk about on the Blerd Cave.
We do. Give us all the material.
Because if you ain't around, then that means Ernie got to start talking about Ray Fisher again.
Ooh,
and I don't want to go back to them dark ages.
Oh no, I don't either. I do honestly. I want people to understand this to the fullest extent. I do not like talking about Ray Fisher. I do not, and it actually used to pain me every time I used to have to do it. I legitimately would get angry about it. I might have been giggling and laughing, but I was doing it to keep from crying. We got a super chat from Eric Morgan with the $10. Says, I got a free highlighted member chat and I'm saving it for a rainy day. But in the meantime, when the hell is Sabretooth getting paroled? He got Girl Scout cookies to sell.
I feel like Sabretooth Girl Scout cookies would be made from Girl Scouts.
Like it'd be like Wednesday as like are they made from real Girl Scouts? But no, I think his series starts. Is it next? I think it's. Hold on.
Who? Well, I just need to know. Is it?
I think
It's not Benjamin Percy, is it?
It's. I think it's Robert Venditti. I think
Robert Venditti. Really?
I think so. I could be wrong. I'm looking it up now because I'm not 100%.
All right, SFC Kid Killer is saying that 2020 was the year of Ray Fisher. Man, not according to the Blerd Without Fear, because the Blerd Without Fear wants to, if I bring out my list of hits from thousands again, he would give Ray Fisher the same hit that Lupe Fiasco came out with some time ago. Kick, push.
Kick. This man.
I'm trying to find a way to incorporate all them songs I wrote down into this show.
Okay, I was wrong. It was Victor. It's Victor Laval.
Never heard of him.
I'm trying to think of something that they would have done that you would know. Let's see here. Okay, so here's the deal. Victor Laval is mostly he's not really known for his comic stuff.
Yeah, he's an
actual like
novel.
He's a novelist. Yeah, he's a novelist. Okay. But he did do the Frankenstein for Boom Studios. That's probably the
well, this should
that
be
was one of the ones he did. But yeah, he's mostly and it's and if I'm not mistaken, I think he's a brother.
Yes, he is. He's a very light. He
light skinned, but that's okay. That's okay. We ain't hating.
No, light, bright, and 2 shades of
my granny used to say that shit about people. She said light, bright, 2 shades from white. Lord, I remember the first time I heard her say it was about my Aunt Betty, because Betty could white pass.
Why the fuck does everyone have an Aunt Betty? I have an Aunt Betty.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Man, let's keep it pushing though. We got more news. Speaking of dark complected people. People with melanin
That
in their
was your
blood.
segue.
I don't know. I got
That was
nothing.
your
I got
segue.
nothing, man. I got nothing, dude. Look, I admit it. I failed. I failed the city.
You could have said Letitia Wright she probably got that concussion from a viper bite. Since we're talking about viper bites,
Oh my god. Let's talk about look, and we all know that vipers have venom in their fangs. Well, let's talk about somebody who also's got some venom in the form of a venom shock. And let's talk about Miles Morales, who apparently, word on the street, Carter, if it is to be believed, Miles Morales is in Spider-Man No Way Home.
that boy ain't in No Way Home.
Okay, so you want to know why I'm saying this? I'm saying this, and I want you to know I'm not being serious when I say this. Because of that image that was going around of Lizard getting punched in the grill in that trailer and no one being
Are you
there.
fucking serious?
People,
they think it's
dude, people started saying Miles Morales. That confirms that Miles Morales, he's in the MCU. Dude, I'm not bullshitting you when I say this. I am not bullshitting you. This man to cut the camera off, he done. But no, people started saying that they were like, no, it was an invisible punch. And and so now people are saying that, oh, that means that Miles Morales, he turned invisible and he punched Okay, I want y'all to understand something. I believe in a principle. And I don't mean a school principle. I mean the principle of Occam's razor. Which
he in relation to the Arkham Knight?
No, this is Occam is in OCCAM.
Oh, that's one of them brothers from the Authors of Pain, the tag team.
Oh, anyway, Occam's razor is the principle that basically all things being equal, the simplest solution tends to be the best one. So the more moving parts that you have to put on something, the more crazy shit that has to happen for something to occur, probably means it's not going to happen. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean we won't see Miles Morales in the MCU sometime soon. And I'm not saying it's going to be in Spider-Man. Okay, I'll put it this way. If Miles Morales shows up in No Way Home, it will be in nothing more than either a passing mention or a fucking post-credit scene. That said, right now, another reason why Miles is trending is because of Tom Holland. Recently, in a GQ profile, Holland basically said that despite the fact
Hollywood.
Hey,
Holland.
Hollywood. Wait. So is Tom Holland gonna show up with the painted on?
Oh, God.
With the painted on 5 o'clock shadow? But no. Basically, he said that despite the fact that Amy Pascal has been trying to get him to sign on for even more Spider-Man movies to basically play Spider-Man forever, he basically came out and said that maybe it is time for me to move on. He says maybe what's best for Spider-Man is that they do a Miles Morales film. I have to take Peter Parker into account as well because he is an important part of my life. But he says, if I'm playing Spider-Man after I'm 30, I've done something wrong. Which is, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of some shade.
Okay.
At Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire because they were both good and 30. When they play, and this is when they were playing a Spider-Man that was either fresh out of high school or was about to be out of high school. So, take that how you want to. But I don't disagree with the sentiment. I do think that, it is time for Miles Morales. And who's to say you can't have both? But I
You
don't
got
think
both.
that you shoot. Well, I mean, you do. But I think here's the thing that people do it, and I don't like when people do this because they just expect Marvel to shoehorn every superhero into every movie. It's kind of like, well, why didn't they put so-and-so in this? They could have just as easily put so-and-so in this. No, you don't just shoehorn in characters into movies when it's not organic. Case in point, I think the one thing Captain America Civil War did that I think probably did more damage to the MCU than anything else, and I'm not saying that it was because it was bad. I'm saying in terms of how fans desire things. Fans just think, oh, well, y'all put Black Panther and Civil War, introduced in that way, so you can do that with everybody. It doesn't work with everybody. It only works with certain characters, and even when you do it with characters and it's not those certain characters, it has to be crafted a certain way.
Yeah.
Don't just expect them to just shoehorn in Miles Morales in this movie. This is a movie about Peter Parker. Does that mean Miles Morales can't be in it? No, not saying that. But a lot of times people like to equate what people do in other properties, in other media. Like, if it's a cartoon, yeah, you can shoehorn in Miles Morales because you got time to tell that story. Yeah, in a video game, yeah, PS4, Spider-Man, yeah, you can shoehorn in Miles Morales because you have plenty of time to tell a story. Even though that story had nothing to do with Miles Morales, on the whole, they found a way to, even though technically it kind of disjointed the game a little bit for me, they found a way to make it work. But here's the thing. Yeah, you can do that. But is it going to be good? And in a story where it's supposed to be, and Tom Holland has even said this, that Spider-Man No Way Home, it's kind of meant to be a closing of a chapter of Spider-Man. So why would you muddy the water with all the other crazy shit that's going on in this damn movie? Why would you muddy the water even further by just cramming in one more character? Like, if this movie's already going to have Andrew Garfield, it's going to have Tobey Maguire, allegedly, these characters in this movie, on top of 5 different villains. I'm not going to lie, if they added in Miles Morales as just yet another character to add into this, I'm not going to lie, I would be worried for how messy this movie's going to end up being. I would start getting Spider-Man 3 vibes. Is basically what I'm trying to say here. I'm not saying that you can't do it. I'm just saying that if it were me, if it was me, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it at all.
I think one thing you would do in this instance, since this is still Sony, a way for you to have your cake and eat it too, even though it would piss people off, but you got what you wanted. You could very easily have Into the Spider-Verse on a TV or something when Tom Holland is walking by. When Hollywood Holland is walking by somewhere, you could have Into the Spider-Verse on TV. This is the new cartoon. They saying anybody can be you, Spider-Man. But when it comes to the statements that he made about being in your 30s, honestly, I just think this was him cracking jokes. I think it was way too much money on the table. Look at how long Hugh Jackman was Wolverine, Patrick Stewart was Xavier.
Hell, Ian McKellen, Sir Ian McKellen.
Exactly. So that's too much bread on the table. Plus, I mean, I think that's something you say just so certain groups of people won't be upset at you. This is something I think he said, see, babe, see? I like Miles too, just so Zendaya didn't give him the cold side of the pillow when they go to sleep. So
look, he trying to get that Dune coochie is what he trying to do.
And saying that this is the end of a chapter is what it is. The end of a chapter. Okay, but you haven't even been here that long. If we can just keep it a buck.
Well, no, that's true. No, and honestly, it reminds me of the way people do interviews when they're in a movie and they don't want to say anything that's going to make people think, oh, this is the last one. Or not the last one, or oh, there's something that's going to happen. He's trying to let there be some level of suspense to a movie that probably already has too much suspense baked into it anyway. But, I mean, because we don't really know. I mean, for all we've seen, we still don't know anything. Yeah. We still don't know anything. And I find that interesting.
A lot of people saying they'd be upset. I actually said this on our trailer reaction. If you have not seen it, go look on his channel for that No Way Home reaction we did. I said it would be neat if Andrew Garfield came back, since I think there are better cooks in the kitchen this time around when it comes to Spider-Man. Because I see some people upset about it right now, but it would be cool if Andrew Garfield came back and he could just be Ben Reilly. And because I see Robo Strange saying that he'd be upset if he saw Ben Reilly before Miles. Here's the thing, though. Ben was in this bitch first.
I mean, that's true.
Yes, we did. Now I see a lot of people in the chat saying, but why would he show up? They haven't done a clone saga. Why would Miles show up? That would be my argument to that. But not even trying to open that whole can of worms, because I don't want people to yell at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people.
I mean, I see some good points being brought up too. I do see some good points, like this right here. Yeah, you have a post-credit scene, or even just a throwaway scene with Donald Glover coming back as Uncle Aaron. You know, which, I mean, because that's the thing, that's a plot thread from Homecoming that has not been addressed at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. We got a $5 super chat from the homie Jonathan Moda, says, "Get those motherfucking likes up." Love science talk. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, for me, I'm just like this. Miles will get here when he gets here. I think Sony is well aware that people want more Miles Morales. It was proven with the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie and how well it did. Not just at the box office, but critically. Even, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it even won an award.
Yeah.
For best animated. I think it won. Did it win? I think it was best animated picture that it won.
Yeah, I think it won some kind of Oscar.
Yeah, because it was on my Blu-ray. When I bought the Blu-ray for it, it had the sticker on it. And I remember, I remember that. Matter of fact, I remember, actually, you know what? Even better, I remember working, a little inside of the life and times of Blerd Without Fear from yesteryear.
You finna tell us, see, I knew it. The nigga worked at Marvel, confirmed. He was just about to say, when I worked at Marvel, I got his ass.
I was about to say when I worked at Target. But no, they gave us stickers to put on the Blu-ray when it won an Oscar.
Yeah.
I remember that. They gave us stickers that was basically like, pointing out that it had won an award, because they were going to send in, because the ones we had didn't have the sticker, they were going to send in more that actually already had it. But yeah, that was a thing that happened. That was something. That was a thing.
Yeah. As it stands right now, let's just be happy that we have Into the Spider-Verse, which another a sequel to that movie is going to come out. So let's just do like another song that I have on this list that I made. Let's just go like Jay Holiday and let's just put this subject to bed.
Oh my God. This man. Anyway, I will say this. One thing that wouldn't surprise me, if we got to Spider-Man No Way Home, and what if, okay, so I don't think this is going to happen exactly, but what if we got, I don't think they would do it, but I think it'd be cool if they took Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and then we're like, oh, well, this is Ben Reilly. This is your Ben Reilly right here. I'd be down for that. I'd be into it. He actually kind of acts more like a Ben Reilly anyway. Yeah. Let's get to our last news story. And that is some Blade news. We got Blade news, y'all. We got that Blade, that Hirsch. The Hirsch is out here, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing who just got cast in this Blade project.
Yes. Okay, so for those who don't know, and I love this. I love this casting because it's so sweet. It's so sweet. So basically, just so you guys know, just to recap, we don't really have any other actors other than Mahershala Ali attached to this movie up until now.
Yeah.
But we now have Delroy Lindo.
The lawman, Bass Reeves.
Bass Reeves from The Harder They Fall. The problematic motherfucker from what was it? Defy Bloods.
Defy Bloods. Yep. Anytime he is on the screen, you got to play another song that I have on my list. You got to play UGK, International Players Anthem. That's what Delroy Lindo is.
He is an international player. He is actually an international player. I love him for it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and I'm here for it. Now, here's the thing. And I want to let's put some cold water on this right now. So, Delroy Lindo, it has not been revealed who he's playing. This has yet to have been revealed. However, I think I know who he's playing. I have 3 candidates.
Are you going to say Whistler like Twitter did?
No, I'm not going to say Whistler. I'm actually going to go with a character who I think is potentially more interesting than Whistler. Okay, so
Hannibal King.
You know, I saw somebody say that shit too.
Ew.
But I was like, nah, I'm good. Okay, so here's the fucked up part. The first character, I don't know if you remember this character, Carter. Did you ever read the old, like the
Nope. So this is all going to be new to me.
Okay. So there was a 1994 Blade the Vampire Hunter series.
Okay.
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm actually going to look this up because I actually like knowing things.
Okay.
But Blade the Vampire Hunter series from 1994, I believe it was. There was, let's see who wrote this bad boy. This was Ian Edgington and Doug Wheatley on pencils. The writer was Ian Edgington. Here's the fucked part. Man, I'm sitting here now trying to think, what the fuck did that motherfucker ever write that I know? And, yeah. Stop trying to show me ads.
He was going to say something else.
No, I wasn't. No, I was. No, not at all. Okay. Okay. You know what? He's been kind of all over the place. They've done stuff for Spider-Man 2099, X-Force, X-Men, mostly like some of the annuals and stuff of that nature. But there's a character by the name of John Clark. Now, this is my on the low end. This is like, okay. I'm showing these in order of likeliness. Like, the first one being the least likely, the last one being the most likely. There's a character by the name of John Clark. Bible John! Which is the white man right here. Sitting right here. This guy. That dude. That's Bible John right there. Just based on, like, Delroy Lindo's, his acting credits and the things that, you know, I think he would be good at. I could actually see them taking the character of Bible John and casting him as that character. But I don't think that is actually going to be the case. I don't think that is actually going to be... I think Bible John, like I said, is on the low end of what I think could potentially be the next, or not the next, but the character that he would be. The other character, and this one is, let's see here, Carter. I don't know if you may or may not have read this. I don't know. But did you ever read? It was the 2006. It was a 2006 Blade series. Did you ever read that?
I gotta look and see who did it actually. And then
that was Mark Guggenheim. That was when Mark Guggenheim was writing. There was a character he introduced named Lucas Cross.
Okay.
Do you know who Lucas Cross is, Carter?
I do not. Blerd without fear.
Lucas Cross was written to be Blade's dad.
Okay.
He was a criminal. Basically, he basically ended up getting thrown in prison for some bullshit, more or less. And he wound up being put in a cell with a vampire. And he wound up getting bitten by that vampire, and I guess technically, I don't remember if he actually got turned or if he ended up just being ghouled by the vampire. I don't remember. That series is kind of sketch to me. I don't remember exactly. I think he did actually become a vampire, though. I believe I can't. Anyway. It's been a minute. I've actually just only recently kind of started going back and revisiting some of the old Blade stuff just to get for content and shit. There you go. Spoilers for things I'm working on. But I wouldn't be surprised if they got Delroy Lindo to be this character of Lucas Cross, who does wind up becoming an antagonist for Blade down the road. But that said, the one I think is the most likely is this guy. And that is Jamal Afari. I wouldn't be surprised if they got him to play Jamal Afari, who, for those who are not familiar, this guy made his debut, I think it was actually in 1975, Marvel Preview number 3. And I think he was only in like one panel, and then like the dude never surfaced. He never surfaced again until that same Blade series I was just talking about that had Lucas Cross in it. And this is actually from that run with Mark Guggenheim as the writer. But basically, he is the person who taught Blade everything he knows about being a vampire hunter. He is Blade's original mentor, not Whistler.
Okay.
Whistler was more of a partner.
Okay.
But Jamal Afari was the guy that taught him everything he knew about vampires. How to fight them, all that stuff. Matter of fact, this is like, as a matter of fact, to kind of give you an idea, this kid is Blade.
Yeah.
And this guy is Jamal Afari, the guy coming with the double stake action into these vampires' chest cavities. That
one picture with how his hair is kind of trailing away reminds me of old boy from Tale from the Hood.
Oh, talk about
I don't know why, but that's the vibe I get from that one picture. Not with him impaling them. Yeah. That one on that far right.
Like you expect him to be like, ooh, shit. You talking about my boy Link Hayes. Link Hayes from the Mod Squad.
Did you know they tried to they did a reboot for that? I watched it recently.
Wait, you talking about the TV show or are you talking about the movie?
Well, no, it was the movie based on the TV show.
Okay, yeah, that was one because Omar Epps was linked.
Yeah. Did not know that was a thing until recently.
Yeah. Dude, you didn't? Yeah, because that was from back like early 2000s, I think. Yeah, I think that was early 2000s. But yeah, that's my take on it.
Okay.
That's my take on it. That's who I think Delroy Lindo will want. Like I said, we don't know. We don't know yet. Nothing's been announced. We don't really know squat about this movie because it's not.
I still don't even know if it's a movie or a show.
It's a movie. It is going to be a movie. That's why people were freaking out when they said it was going to be PG-13. Which honestly,
I didn't know that part. I didn't know that part either.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be PG-13. People were very upset about it because they felt that it needed to be rated R because that's the only way you can make a good Blade movie, which is not true. You can actually make a good Blade movie without it being rated R. But and honestly, PG-13, you can get away with a lot in PG-13. I don't know if people realize this. Like honestly, the only thing that really, like for instance. Yeah, people's like, oh, well, you can't show blood and violence. Technically, you don't have to show blood and violence in a Blade movie because
you don't have to show blood because the vampires turn into fucking ashes.
Dust. Yeah, they turn into dust and ashes, pretty much. But a lot of people don't like to think about it that way. A lot of people don't like to use their what was it? R. Kelly said before he got sent off to prison. Use your common sense. But yeah, you can. You do need some level of gore, but I don't even think you need gore. Honestly, I think as long as the movie is sufficiently well shot with good choreographed fight scenes and plenty of vampires getting dusted, I think it'll be just fine. You can show minimal blood, for that matter. It doesn't have to be, just blood literally pouring out of the ceiling like it's some fucking horror movie or some shit.
Well, I already see some people in the chat saying a PG-13 Blade movie. I am out. Well, we can take another song from the list that I made from the group Goody Mob. Mm-hmm. So what? So what?
You ain't shit. Oh. Well, I mean, but here's the thing, though. And, yeah, maybe it's because it's not your money, and this is why you may feel as strongly as you do. But it's easy to have opinions about some shit when it ain't your money. But here's the thing. Marvel actually wants people to go see the movie.
Yeah.
And when you are a rated R film, it severely hampers who can watch it if you want them to go to the theater. I mean, yeah, if it was some shit that they were just going to stream on Disney Plus, they wouldn't give a shit. But they actually want this to come out in theaters. And guess what? They don't generally admit kids to rated R movies. And even if they do, it's usually with parents. And typically, at least most decent parents, aren't stupid enough to take their kids to rated R movies that are chock full of violence and blood.
You can't keep doing Deadpool on everything just because Deadpool works.
Yeah, just because Deadpool did it. And honestly, you know, Carter, can I confess something to you? Over the passage of time,
okay,
I've grown to like those Deadpool movies less and less.
Oh.
Well, and I'm going to tell you why. I want to tell you why, though. It's because they tried so hard to earn that R rating, to justify it. Like, I don't know, I feel like almost every other word that came out of somebody's mouth was a curse word. Or trying to flip something into a curse word. Okay. Or like they would go out of their way to shock you in ways I was like, honestly, and I guess maybe it's because I've read some Deadpool comics in my time. I didn't feel like it was, I mean, it was kind of like the comic, but it was just like, I don't know, it wasn't anything like to write home about. Like, it's one of those movies like I own both Deadpool 1 and 2, and I've never gone out of my way to like rewatch them. Like, they got that shit like on Hulu to watch, and I scrolled past it last night, and I was just like, nah, I'm good. I didn't even want to put it on while I was going to sleep. That's how little I care for those movies now.
I think it's one of those movies where we can just go back to my list of songs that I made when I was half asleep. I think that's one of those films that if you do like Chingy, you watch them in the Holiday Inn.
Oh my God. I was wondering where it was about to go. It was either going to be the Holiday Inn or it was going to be right there.
Why would it be right there, you fucking weirdo?
I love it when you do that right there.
I think Blade is going to be a great example of people having to eat their words, because of course, there are going to be several people that are going to say that they don't want to go see that movie because it's fucking PG-13. Since we now live in the time where, I'm sorry to say this, and I'm not meaning all of you, but since we now live in a time where people cannot make decisions on their own, they have to go to Rotten Tomatoes and Double Toasted and Red Letter Media and all those other places. I think once reviews start coming out, or your favorite content creator comes out with something, loving the film, your ass gonna go watch it, whether you bootleg it or otherwise. You're gonna go fucking watch that movie. Oh, yeah. Now, if I can just be completely honest, even though we did react to the Spider-Man trailer, I didn't particularly like that fucking trailer. You know why? Because it was woke. It was really woke. I had to close my eyes on a particular scene with Zendaya falling off a goddamn building. It was woke. There was some wokeage in that trailer. Woo! So,
man, I feel like, and I'm not trying to say that it's wrong, because it's not my lifestyle. But falling off of buildings, I just don't agree with it. But anyway. Yeah, look, it'll be fine. Like, just like, okay, Carter, how many times, I feel like this has been the running theme for this episode. Just fucking wait till it comes out. Just wait till it fucking comes out, because, what was it? Granted, these were more in terms of casting, but I'm pretty sure some of y'all were the same motherfuckers that were hating on the idea of Heath Ledger being the Joker, and you probably loved him afterward. Some of y'all are probably the same ones that were hating on Ben Affleck being Batman. You probably loved him after. Some of y'all are probably the same motherfuckers, if you're old enough, you probably hated the idea of Michael Keaton being Batman if you were old enough to actually have an informed opinion about it. look, just wait till the shit fucking comes out and then judge. Like, you don't know. Like, they could literally be making, like, and honestly, can we also say, too, don't put them Wesley Snipes Blade movies on too high a pedestal. Let's not put them Wesley Snipes Blade movies on too high, because Trinity was some hot-ass garbage. Blade 2, while I actually prefer the Blade 2 movie over any of the other ones, it has some of the worst CG I've ever seen in my life.
Let's just see what Mahershala Ali is doing, and then
Yeah.
you all can come out with videos and tweets like we do talking about the film. And who knows, you might end up like another song on the list I made when I was half asleep. You might end up like Twister and be an overnight celebrity.
Anyway, this motherfucker. Anyway, let's get into some super chats. I just noticed we got a couple super chats sitting here. We got one from the homie X Triv with the 1999 super chat. Says, peace and blessings, fellas. Stopping by to help keep the lights on. My quick thought. Oh, man. I'ma fuck that name up. I'm gonna fuck that name all the way up.
Oh, you talk Ambush Right?
Yeah. Okay. Is that how it's said?
Yeah.
Because okay, never mind. Everybody makes fun of me when I try and say African names. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the sister from
She was from the original Blade movie.
Yeah, Dead Presidents, Three
Mm.
Strikes.
Wait, honestly, if you really, because the thing is, Blade's mom is such a non-character.
Yeah. I think that's just wanting continuity, or just
yeah. I would be with that. I mean, to be fair, because wait, who was it in the original? Was it Sanaa Lathan?
Yeah, it was Sanaa Lathan.
It was Sanaa Lathan in the original Justice. Yeah, honestly, you could just bring back Sanaa Lathan because look, she's still fine too. So
yeah, good.
I
want to do to her. Because I wouldn't mind doing her for that. It's one of these songs that I wrote down. I wouldn't mind doing what Chris Brown did. Take you down. I really want to take her down.
What, into the STFU? Anyway, I just ruined it for Carter.
I mean, that'd be a nice little like Easter egg, or maybe have her, some kind of a role. Maybe not the mom, just because that's an open and shut role, But it would be something to see.
It reminds me of the conversation that I saw Salma Hayek having with I think it was Jimmy Kimmel. Or maybe it was, I think, yeah, it was, or was it, or it might have been Jimmy Fallon. I don't remember. Anyway, it was one of them late night shows. But anyway, it was like how when she was approached by Marvel to be in the Eternals, she said that she thought they wanted her to play somebody's aunt or somebody's mom, is what she assumed the role was for. She didn't realize it was going to be for Ajak.
She should punch who. What the fuck? She should put hands on whoever would put her in that role, not me, mind you. I would do what T-Pain would do on my list of songs. I will buy her a drink.
You ain't shit. Robo Strange with the 199 super chat says, "Smash that like button." Yes, please, thank you. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know because I know we got a few people here. If you are someone who is not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing because we are trying to hit 75,000. It's a slow start, but I want to try and see if we can hit 75K by the end of the year. So if you haven't done so already, please consider hitting that like button and also clicking subscribe. If the subscribe button under the video is red, make it gray. That said, that is all of our news. You want to get into recommendeds?
Yeah, we can get into some recommendeds.
Let's get into some recommendeds. Here.
I almost want you to do yours first because you did something that reminds me of Jay-Z because he has a song on this list I made up called Renegade, because you are a renegade this week because you've been a renegade for the past few weeks because you've been doing the one thing that shocked the shit out of me.
Oh yeah?
You've been checking out a lot more DC shit than usual.
I
Because you're a
have.
Marvel fanboy.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot more DC lately. Okay, so on the sly, I've been reading Deathstroke Incorporated,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been enjoying it thoroughly. Task Force Z,
Okay.
even though only one issue's come out, I've been enjoying it.
Yeah, that was good.
I've also been enjoying well, there's two particulars. These are two DC Black Label titles. One of which being a Refrigerator Full of Heads and The Nice House on the Lake. Honestly, I think The Nice House on the Lake is the best DC comic out. Period.
Is it anything like The Last House on the Left?
No.
Okay.
The Nice House on the Lake it's basically. Oh man, honestly, I don't want to say too much because like you kind of want to go in cold to it. But basically, here's what I'll say: the basic premise of The Nice House on the Lake is that there's this girl. Her name is Ryan Arcane, or no, her name is Ryan Kane because she has a art studio called Arcane. But anyway, see here or there. Point of the matter is, she meets this guy whose name is Walter, and they have like you're having drinks or whatever, and they end up hitting it off, and they end up dating for a little or kind of dating or whatever is implied they date. But anyway, they bond over him asking her this weird ass random question about how she thinks the world will end, and he wants to honestly know her opinion. And then later on, they kind of lose touch, as people sometimes do, and they end up reconnecting some years later. And it's when he sends an email out to all of his friends. He's like, "Hey, I got this nice house on the lake up in Wisconsin." He's like, "Man, I would really love for y'all to come out. Let's kick it for a weekend. I haven't seen you guys in a while. Let's hang out like old times." He sends out to people that he knew in high school, college. And of course, this one chick that he dated, and or talked to or whatever. And so he ends up getting like 12 or 13 some. I think it's like roughly about 12 people, whatever, to come out. And
Robo Strange is saying, "Don't spoil the end of the issue."
No. I'm not spoiling the end of the issue. I'm not saying shit. All I'm saying is that when they get to the house, some of these people know each other, some of them don't. Ryan doesn't know any of these motherfuckers.
Okay.
And basically, all of them have different monikers based on what they do. And, Walter's meticulously laid out their entire weekend, plans, everything. And all I'm going to say is, one thing happens. And it changes everything.
Okay.
But that's not my recommended for the week, even though I do highly recommend. Well, no, because I had another one in mind. I guess it technically it could.
No. Go ahead.
It could be. But no, my actual recommended.
You watch too much wrestling with all these swerves.
I really do. You can tell I watch WWE. I grew up on WWE, and WCW more than anything else. But here, let's go to the New View. Yeah. Actually, we're gonna drop this background because I want that back. Anyway, I didn't mean to have that up. But no. My recommended for this week is gonna be Batman Secret Files, The Gardener. Basically, what this comic, what is this about? Basically, the Gardener is a character who kind of popped up around the time of Joker War. Was a character that was the James Tynion introduced, and we don't really know a lot about this character, but this comic actually kind of tells us a little bit more about her as a character. It's all due to an instance where she pulls up on Batman. And she doesn't pull up with a hit squad. She doesn't show up with goons. She doesn't show up with henchmen. This woman just shows up. There's a whole black woman. She just pulls up. Now, I will say she does have some kind of interesting plant monster creature with her, but that's a whole other story.
She wearing her coat inside out like Will Smith did on Fresh Prince.
She is. And she don't care. She does not care. But I love the fact that that's kind of her whole thing. Her whole thing is that she's not a supervillain in the way that Batman is used to. She doesn't care whether or not Batman's going to try and fight her because she's not scared of him. But what she is trying to do is she's trying to explain to Batman why he should help Poison Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Because for those who don't know, Poison Ivy's gone through some changes. For those of you who were around back when I was doing videos on Heroes in Crisis, or if you just kept up with that series at all, period, you will know that not too terribly long ago, Poison Ivy was killed off. She was one of the many people who died at the Sanctuary, the place where they were, where all the superheroes and supervillains were getting help. Psychological help.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Ivy died, but she came back.
Yeah.
And she came back in a way that isn't necessarily going to be anything that's going to probably be the Poison Ivy that you're used to.
Yeah.
Because she became a part of the, technically she's always been connected to the Green. But she has officially become, she's basically Swamp Thing now. She's like a sexy Swamp Thing.
They talked about that in the mini-series that they did before this book came out.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, she's worried about Ivy because what this book is doing is basically letting you know that the Gardener, while yes, she is a new character, she's not like a character who just showed up to Gotham today. She's been in the background since day one. She knew Pamela Isley before she became Poison Ivy. She was it's even not implied, it's actually shown explicitly. Anyway. I'll just hit the danger button for myself. Danger. Point of the matter is that she cares about Ivy, and she's worried that Ivy is about to get into some fuck shit. And basically, there's a point towards the, I believe it's towards the end of this comic, actually, where she actually talks about how when a person goes through trauma, it changes them forever. And she says, flowers are no different. She talks about how a plant can be manipulated to being a certain way based on its environment, basically saying that Ivy is a product of her environment, that she's not a bad person. What she wants to do, she even says that what Ivy tries to do is no different from what Batman tries to do, but instead of trying to protect the people, she's trying to protect the planet. She's trying to protect nature. And that Batman, instead of trying to kill Ivy, or not kill Ivy, but to hurt Ivy or to capture her, maybe he should consider trying to help her. Like doing something he typically doesn't do with his villains. Like, he usually just shows up, beats the fuck out of them, sends them to Arkham. Like, she's trying to convince him that he should consider actually trying to help Ivy. And because now that she's come back from the Green, she ain't the same Ivy anymore. Yeah. And she's even in this kind of panel right here, she even shows why she fears Ivy. And more importantly, she even tells Batman, some of the reasons why, ultimately, why she shouldn't be taken lightly. And why I'm talking about is, with Poison Ivy, but more importantly, why the Gardener shouldn't be taken lightly. And that is my recommended.
I like stories like this just because I like when they do something different with Batman's Rogue Gallery, because one of the favorite books of mine, one of the guilty pleasures of mine, was when James Tynion was doing Detective Comics.
Yes.
And the shift that he did for Clayface, I think, was absolutely amazing. So if we maybe not, he wasn't really a full-fledged good guy. It was just a man that was down on his luck, but he was trying, and that's all Batman asked for. So if we're getting some of that with old Uma Thurman here, I'm all for it.
Definitely.
I like that Bruce isn't just calling the Bat family and trying to put hands on her or trying to ring Commissioner Gordon and have him do what Life Jennings did on this list of songs I got, and hit up James Gordon and say, somebody call the cops up. So
Oh my God, this motherfucker.
I like it. My recommended this week.
What you got?
We're gonna bring it back over to, since you were just talking about Blade, my recommended this week is gonna be the unrated version of Blade Trinity. I'm just kidding. In the words of Pharrell from one of the songs that I have on here, I was just fronting. My recommended this week is going to be from Ye Old Marvel. It's going to be a book that is celebrating 25 issues. It's going to be the newest issue of X-Force. Don't really want to go into detail about what happens in this issue, but just the cover alone, I can go ahead and tell you that little bit. Logan's going surfing.
Yes.
And I know that sounds so stupid, but they're taking a little bit of a break from everything that's happening in Inferno. If you read that most recent issue of Inferno, shit's about to get serious from what happened in X-Force, but it starts off like it could be one of those just, okay, I ain't got to worry about this week. No, big dog. No. Yeah, I mean, look at that cover. I mean, yes, it does start off. Old Logan is trying to get his Point Break on, but things quickly change. He meets a woman he's never seen before. She's a new mutant on Krakoa that are finding all these different areas on Krakoa to surf, but this particular area is not for the faint of heart. So much so that it would kill a normal person. One of the waves Logan actually talks about when he's monologuing, he asked Forge, and I think he said it was over like 500 pounds of pressure if the waves crash down on you. So he eats it quite a few times, but that's what he loves to do. But yeah, it starts off with surfing and then just veers left. If you were expecting Beast in this issue, this is not going to be a Beast issue. This is more so just the team or members of the team. But the only thing I'll tell you about is it starts off surfing and then goes in a completely different direction. But it is a direction that will catch you off guard. It'll probably make you laugh. It'll probably make you, man, that's fucked up. But all in all, this was really good. This was another solid issue of X-Force. That's 25 issues of X-Force and not a bad one in that 25.
No, not at all. It's probably X-Force. I mean, it's been one of the most consistent books. Short of Hellions, it's been the most consistent book. Yeah. And even though Hellions isn't getting the same 25 issues, which I wish they gave Hellions 25, but yeah, it is what it is. Let's get into some questions. Let's see here. What do we got? We actually got one. One for Jonathan Moda here with the $10 super chat said, they figure 4 leg locked? Talking about the Gardener and Poison Ivy. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what y'all talking about. If I can just quote this Jay-Z song I have on my list. Excuse me? Oh my God. Excuse me, this man. No, like it's one of those things. Like I love that they're actually embracing the LGBTQ nature of Poison Ivy's character as well as new characters that are coming in. But it's basically been pointed out that Ivy doesn't care who she's Ivy is about as pansexual as they come. The Gardener is played more to be, I think she might be more lesbian than anything else. They imply that she's probably dated guys in the past when she was younger, but like it seems to more imply that she is a lesbian. But I'm here for it. I also love the fact that we got to see did you know that was it Jackson Hyde, the other Aquaman, he's basically like Calder from Young Justice, but instead of him being Calder, he's Jackson Hyde. But he is a if I'm not mistaken, I believe he is a gay character, and apparently he's gonna be hanging out with Jonathan Kent soon. He'll also be hanging out with or Jonathan Kent's also be hanging out with Nightwing pretty soon too. Is also another funny thing going on. He'll be hanging out with Dick.
I guess they just gonna do what Webby did in this hit song he has that I wrote down here. I guess the son of Kal-El is gonna have somebody wipe him down.
This motherfucker. I swear to God. Anyway, but yeah, that, like I said, let's get these goddamn questions. Oh my God. We got a question from Shadow the Cat. Says, what did you think of AEW Full Gear? I loved it. MJF versus Darby Allin was my match of the night. Hope you two are doing well. Okay, so for me, match of the night. While I will definitely say, because MJF and Darby Allin, they actually had their match was kind of wild. Really, there wasn't a bad match on the card. I think the worst match of the night, and I'm not saying this because it was a women's match, it's just because there were so many good matches, it just happened to be the least interesting of the group. And that's saying something considering that two wrestlers that I think are actually pretty fucking good were in it. And that was Britt Baker versus Ty Conti for the AEW Women's Championship. It was a slow match. Kind of. I don't know. It was slow. But I will say it's a toss-up between FTR versus the Lucha Bros and Miro versus Bryan Danielson for me. Just because, though I did hear later on that there was some fuck shit that happened in that Lucha Bros FTR match that I'm not sure if there's any truth to it or not. Apparently one of FTR got concussed, possibly, or took if not concussed, took a really stiff shot. From one of the Lucha Bros, because from what I hear, some of them, I hear sometimes they work kind of stiff, or at least one of them does. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'm not gonna play into the rumors of hearsay there. But yeah, everything was great. It was just great matches back to back. Next, actually, Carter, did you watch Full Gear? Did you end up catching it?
I watched clips on YouTube of certain parts of it. I don't know what all happened. I saw when John Cena, or I saw when CM Punk did the John Cena thing.
Okay, yeah, that was kind of hilarious. Also, I love that they're setting up CM Punk for MJF.
Okay,
or at least they seem to be on Dynamite this past week. MJF talked some shit, and CM Punk came out, looked him down, and then left. But no, I actually wish they would have. I wish they would have maybe. If there's any one criticism I had of Full Gear, I kind of wish they would have made the TBS Women's Championship tournament.
Yeah,
I wish they would have made that a part of Full Gear, because I think that even though technically the matches would have been off a little bit, but Jay Cargill has just been out here just destroying women. And I love every time she comes out to the ring, because it's literally like, it's almost like watching Storm come out to the ring as a wrestler every night. That woman comes out there with that white hair, that fit body, and I'm just like, Aurora out here about to beat the brakes off somebody.
Okay.
she is in the great ring of Morocco, getting ready to beat somebody up.
Jesus Christ. We got another question here from Obsidian King saying, going by the rumor that Michael Jackson planned to buy Marvel Comics back in the day, apparently because he wanted to play Spider-Man in a live-action movie. Did not know that.
Yeah, that was
what
the thing.
Character would you have actually wanted to see played by Michael, if not Spider-Man? Personally, I wouldn't have minded seeing him play Adam Warlock with Prince as Doctor Strange. The first thing that came to my mind when it came to Michael Jackson being in a Marvel role, honestly, just seeing how he was portrayed in Guardians of the Galaxy, I think he could have been a dope Collector.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Actually, I would have liked to see Prince as the Collector. I would have liked to see Michael Jackson as the Grand Master. That would be the shit I would do. Like, if it were me, I'd have had Prince as the Collector, and then had Michael Jackson as the Grand Master. That way he'd be like, he said, "Oh hey."
Okay.
when he drops him in the battle arena. Or you know what? Michael Jackson would have made a good Beyonder.
Blerd Radio is saying Morbius. It fits. You know it fits.
Oh God, no! Don't do it. Do you know how nasty Michael Jackson would look as Morbius? Look, could you imagine Michael Jackson turning around on you and hitting you with that?
That's exactly the thing I was thinking about.
He got them yellow eyes, and one of them is like crooked because they didn't do them right because it got twisted in his eye. Dude, that'd be so fucking nasty. My God.
I have some kind of bat radar. Like he was just.
Oh my God, don't do it. Anyway, we got another one from Liquid Monty. Says, are there any mistakes you think the big two are making editorially speaking? I think for DC, it's too many Bat titles, and for Marvel, they have no idea what to do with characters once they get older, like Spider-Man, and that's why their legacy heroes aren't finding as much success because they occupy the same place in the universe. Laura and Logan can coexist really well because one is saving the world and one is doing shady shit with Beast. Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. I do agree. Actually, don't disagree with any of that. DC, yes, too many Bat titles. It's actually something I said when I was talking about the solicits for DC on Twitter the other day. Of just like, I just don't care about any of this Batman shit. I just don't care. I don't. Look, Batman got to go away. He got to go away for a minute for me to care. Or I have to at least ignore, like, one or two things that has to happen. Either I have to ignore Batman for a few years, or Batman has to go away. One of the two. So
I don't even think he has to go away. I just think they need to dial down how many people are writing him.
Yeah.
You know, even though they have a lot of these black label books that are taking cues from the movie, and then you got Earth One.
We got a Chip Zdarsky Batman title coming out. I'm not
gonna say anything about that because if it's anything like his Batman run, I think you and I both need to shut the fuck up and we gonna wait for that one.
Well, no. I'm not saying I don't want it. I'm just saying that like we literally have a Batman Imposter. There's Batman. What was the other one? The Batman something.
There's reptile one that Garth Ennis is doing. I think if they did it to where you had Batman and Robin, or Batman and Detective, and then you had the Earth One book that only comes out once a fucking year, you're fine. So I agree with you in that. There's like 10
Bat titles.
Yeah,
there's like 10 Bat
that's a little bit too goddamn much. Even if, and that's not even counting the ones that are just Bat family adjacent.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole point.
So I think, well, if you're saying that with DC. With Marvel, it's the same complaint I've had with Marvel for fucking years. Stop doing so many goddamn events.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny part. They've actually kind of slowed down, but what they've started doing is they do all these little micro. Here's the problem. There's too many micro events. Yeah. Like, they have a big event, and then they have all these little micro events kind of sprinkled around. And I'm just like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of that. But I do agree with the legacy character thing, but I've given my opinion about that, how I feel it should be handled, is that you can have them kind of like what you just said. It's very similar. What you just said, what they do with Laura and Logan. Laura is over here, saving the world. Wolverine's just doing fuck shit. Messing with vampires and doing whatever Beast wants him to do. That's how you get around that. I feel like right now, Ben Reilly is the Amazing Spider-Man. Cool, but we still got Miles Morales. And but the thing is, they're technically kind of doing the same shit.
Yeah.
They're kind of doing the same shit. And what I feel, and I'll keep saying this to the day I fucking die, have Peter Parker, if you let Peter Parker remain the Amazing Spider-Man. Let Ben Reilly be the Spectacular Spider-Man. Let Miles Morales be the Ultimate Spider-Man. Have those as 3 separate books, but have them doing different shit.
Okay. I actually want to knock out one question that was in the chat, since you just brought up Ben Reilly real quick, and I'm going to go right back to the Discord, but it was asking if you've been reading the Amazing Spider-Man stuff with the Beyond Corp. I know I have, and I don't like it because the only thing that happens in those issues is Ben Reilly gets fucked up, and then we wait for the next issue. That's literally what happens in these fucking. I don't want to keep speaking on it because I don't want another Spider-Man video that can't be posted to happen. But shit, The newest issue that was 78 point B, which is 78 point beyond or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah,
That was strictly just a Misty Knight Colleen issue. So that was
Monica
that was
Rambeau
fine.
kind of peeking
That
in
was
here and there.
that was serviceable, but still,
Yeah.
what happened in that book? Ben Riley got fucked up. He just got fucked up in a training simulation. I just want to knock that question out because people were asking about it. But just to go back to the Discord, Urban Prince Strong Styles, Blerd, because I want to hear your hands on this motherfucker here.
Okay.
Blerd, if Marvel gave you the pen and asked you to change Civil War II and Empire, what would you change?
Ooh. Okay, so Civil War II is easy. Because my biggest complaint about Civil War II is the character assassination of one of my favorite characters. And that's Captain Marvel. I feel like it was an overcorrection. Because in the original Civil War comic, or not an overcorrection, I feel like they were just trying to recapture that same magic. Because in the original Civil War comic, it was pretty obvious that if you wanted to point out a bad guy on who was right, who was wrong, it's very easy to say Tony. Every time. Tony's out of line. But here's the thing. They did the same thing with Captain Marvel in Civil War II. And the problem that I had with it is that, well, for one, it was kind of out of character for Carol. It was actually very out of character for Carol. To almost egregiously out of character. But at the same time, I feel like it made her an easy target for chuds and misogynists and bigots to go after that character just, for whatever reason. That comic literally turned hating on Captain Marvel into a sport. And not just Captain Marvel, but Carol Danvers specifically. It turned it into a sport. Because I kind of feel like nobody really hated on her until that comic. When that comic came around, that was when it started. What's up?
That's when I started to hate Captain
Marvel. What's about Civil War II?
Yep.
Yeah. No, and I get it. Like that's what, like when people tell me that they hate, here's my thing. I'm not an irrational person. When someone tells me that they hate Captain Marvel, or more specifically, they hate Carol Danvers, and I ask them why, if they just start citing all kind of dumb shit like, oh, she's a man-hating D-word, and she's a bitch, and she's this, that, and the third, and I'm just like, okay, but show your work. Point me to a comic that tells me, that shows me that tells me why you don't like her. If they say Civil War II, I'll completely drop the argument and go, this is understandable.
You have never dropped the argument when I've said Civil War II because you start talking about the goddamn movie that I have yet to watch.
Well, no. I
like
just
that
say
Luther note you just tried to hit right there. I caught it.
Anyway, what I usually tell you is watch the movie for yourself, and then I tell you there are other runs to read that you like. I say I like the Kelly Thompson run right now is really good. I say that I like the Kelly Sue DeConnick run. I like you I'm like this. There are better places to get your fill of Carol Danvers than Civil War II.
Was that Bendis on his way out, or was that somebody else that wrote Civil War II? It wasn't.
No. I believe you are correct. Civil War II.
I feel like that was Bendis when he was on his way out.
Yeah, Civil War II I believe it was Bendis. Yep, it was Bendis.
Okay. I was still working at a comic shop at the time in Jonesboro, and that shit did not move from the shelf. And I was one of those people that was hyped that Miss Marvel was getting that upgrade to Captain Marvel because I was such a fan of everything leading up to her getting her own. Because I was reading that book for a minute because I liked Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel, and I liked Captain Marvel, and then Civil War II, not to offend anybody, I do apologize, I'm not trying to, but Civil War II made her fucking retarded.
Well, I mean, it just because. Well, here's the thing: she was wrong about something, and then learned that she was wrong about something, and still did it anyway.
And said she wasn't wrong.
He said she wasn't wrong. It's literally like, honestly, like, okay. Here's my thing. And you know what? I'll leave it at this.
Yeah.
If you don't like if you're one of those people who, like me, grew up with Carol Danvers when she was Miss Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
and you whatever it is you know about her, whatever. If you're a fan, not a fan, whatever, or if you're just somebody who didn't know who Carol Danvers was until she became Captain Marvel, whatever. Here's my thing. There's a whole decades-long history of Carol Danvers that you could read that is infinitely better than Civil War II.
Yeah. This is what I've always said about Civil War II, to make people somewhat enjoy it. There is a one-shot called The Confession.
Okay, yeah.
Which was Steve Rogers confessing to the corpse of Tony Stark.
Oh,
That basically Civil War II was his doing. Because at that point,
they were building
Hydra Steve.
Yeah,
he was already Hydra Steve.
Right. They were already
But
building towards Secret Empire. Yeah, they were building towards Secret Empire. Yeah.
If you read Civil War II, like it was all an evil plan from Captain America, it's actually gangster.
Yeah, no, it is, because here's the thing. There's a line from Civil War II that has stuck with me ever since, and it's from Black Panther. Black Panther says that, because I think he ends up being on Carol's side at first, and then he realizes that she's wrong, and he says that I should have learned from the last time that anytime that you're on the opposite side of Captain America, you're in the wrong. You're on the wrong side. It's a paraphrase, but it's basically what he said. And actually, that line kind of changed how I felt about it, too. And I even loved the fallout of it, because Carol got held to task for a lot of what she did. But here's the thing. I've let that shit slide, just like how I don't hold Tony Stark accountable for Civil War, at least as far as the comics go. MCU Tony Stark, I hold that motherfucker accountable for everything. But like the comic book, Marvel Comics, Tony Stark, I don't still harp on him for, Civil War, because it's just like, he's had 20 other runs since then. Iron Man has been relaunched 20 some odd times since Civil War 1 happened. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care.
You nicer to me. Fuck Marvel, because they ruined Superior Spider-Man twice. They ruined it twice. They gave you the same ending on both books.
I feel like it was a remix. That was a remix. It was a dream sequence. It just, look. I don't know what to tell y'all, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I can't say anything.
Didn't even mean to stay on that one long.
Yeah,
This next
yeah.
question is from Weedman Wade. I'm only going to read the first part of it, because the second part is pertaining to Netflix Cowboy Bebop series, and we don't know if everyone's read it or watched it yet. Excuse me.
Oh, gotcha.
How great is Bryan Danielson as a heel? I did see some YouTube clips of Rampage, I guess it was.
Yeah.
Of him beating up I almost said Dark Oreos, the purple motherfuckers. He was beating up one of the purple people. Okay, yeah. He was beating up one of the purple people, and then the crowd went crazy because he was going back and forth with the racist white guy who's the champion. And then he brought up the fact that he was ready to compete.
Wait. I'm confused now. Who's the racist white guy who's the champion?
What's his name? He be hanging people.
Because
I remember
the Hangman Page.
Yeah, somebody showed me a video of him in New Japan. He was walking around with a lynch.
Well, yeah, he did carry a noose. He did carry a noose.
Yeah.
I don't think he's racist though. I think it's just I don't know. It's a poor choice for a gimmick. Definitely. But it's yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna. Yeah. Anyway, but
Okay.
yeah, carry on.
But he's the champion now.
Yeah, yeah. He
And
beat Kenny Omega.
He told Bryan Danielson that he did it and it didn't take him 30 minutes. I don't know what the fuck that means. But Bryan said, I'm ready to compete, but you're in your street gear, your cowboy shit. When I won the championship at WrestleMania, I wrestled the next day and people went nuts and booed the fuck out of him for it. So, I'm ready to fight right now. Like after WrestleMania, I was ready to go, and you in your street gear. So boo the, what did he say? Boo the guy that made it, I think is what he said when people started booing him.
Oh damn!
So
I mean, I'm here for it. I like Bryan Danielson as a heel.
Yeah,
I don't even think he's a heel. I think honestly, what AEW does really well is that they don't really have. They do have clear cut heels and faces, but sometimes people are just people. They're morally gray sometimes, and I think that just because, and sometimes the crowd can dictate that. But I think that his time in WWE proved he can be a good heel. When he was now granted he was doing the eco-friendly shit. I didn't like that aspect of it, but just the way he carried himself on the mic, how he addressed the fans, I thought it was cool. I was like, dude,
he kept calling them fickle because they totally are.
Yeah, they are. They're fucking fickle. And,
Bryan and Omega ended in a 30-minute draw. Okay, that's what he meant. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, I'm into it. I'm into it 100%.
Yeah, that's what he said. Wee Man Wade said it. He said when they started booing him when he brought up WrestleMania, he said, of course Virginia boos hard work.
I love dude, I love that shit. I fucking love that shit. Now as far as the Bebop thing, I know what they're talking about. This is really a spoiler. What they're talking about is there's a scene, I think it's in the second or third episode. I think it's the Teddy Bomber episode, where there's a character who's introduced who's this older white woman. Who basically she is hot for that dark meat, and she wants
the old black lady from Law and Order.
No. I'm talking about the there's a you haven't gotten to that episode. There's a woman, I forget her name. It's like Cockrum or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but basically she is one of those types of people. She usually has information. She's like an information broker, more or less. And they're trying to find out information, and he basically goes to her. But in return, she doesn't want money. She wants Jet Black to lay that pipe. And it's a woman who is significantly older than Jet. Well, she's probably like, as far as like the what the age of Jet Black should be as far as the show goes, she's probably not that much older than him. But the actress, for a fact, is significantly older than Mustafa Shakir, the actor who's playing Jet Black. And it's funny because there's a point where it comes in where like blackmail is brought up, and she says, well, the only blackmail I see is, that she basically, it's a commentary on the fact that Jet Black is black and he is a man.
Oh, so she wants some of that Bushmaster.
Yeah, she wants the look. Look, she wants Bushmaster.
We can't talk like that in here. We can't talk like that right now. Michelle O'Rourke. Hey, you two. I wanted to let you know my daughter and I are home. My doctors cleared us to go home. My husband came and got us this morning from the hospital. Yeah, we can't talk like that. She got the babies watching this. No, we can't talk.
We can't talk. Yeah, I can't be talking about.
Stop being so R-rated in here. This is a PG-13 show.
That's what it was. That's what it was. It was Gokon said it. It was Woodcock.
What was Woodcock?
That was the name of the woman. The woman that was trying to get with Jet. Her name is Woodcock.
Ugh.
We're so happy for you, Michelle. So glad that y'all got home happy, safe, and sound, and everything is great. Yeah, just congratulations. We also got let's see. Oh, the other here. We got a super chat here too. I didn't want to catch. Said T5 the Great with the $5 super chat says great hanging in Blerd. As always. Carter, what coffee shop you worked in Jonesboro? I used to work at Hastings Plus Ultra.
Who said that?
That was T5 the Great.
I worked at Hastings in Jonesboro.
That means y'all have probably met at some point or another.
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I worked there. That was, when did I leave Memphis? That was 24. Yeah, 24. I worked at Hastings 2014 up until they went out of business without telling anybody.
Which that was some fuck shit, by the way.
Yeah, and then I came in, and one of my managers at the time said, "Well, we're not getting any kind of like anything since we're all just losing our jobs." So when I walked in, you've been to Blockbuster. You know how they always have that one TV that is showing you like previews and shit?
Yeah.
Never fucking forget it. This is one of my fucking managers. His name was Michael. I walk right in the store. I hear a fucking power drill going off because he's taking that bitch off the wall and wants me to help him put it in the back of his truck.
He's like, I'm getting something out this shit.
Yeah, but yeah, I worked at the Hastings in Jonesboro T5, so we probably saw each other at some point.
At least once.
Yep.
SFC Cave Killer with a $5 super chat says, did y'all catch that meme that said Batman doesn't cover his mouth because he wants the cops to know he's white? Yes, I have seen it. And I've often said that shit. I've often said that shit. He's like, because cops, people, oh no, he's good. He's white.
That's great.
Look, he gets that Kyle Rittenhouse. I know it's too soon, but he gets that Kyle Rittenhouse treatment. B-Bowl training with the $4.99 super chat says, how y'all feel about the Dark Reign event that's coming up? I'm into it. I mean, I'm.
You're talking about the Daredevil joint, right?
Yeah, Dark Reign, where like Kingpin basically like supposed to be
okay. He
or
said
it means Devil's Reign. I think he means Devil's
Reign.
Reign. Is what
they
say.
Is the King of the Waves, Norman Osborn, coming back in this bitch?
Right, dude. Hey, you never know. But no, I'm into it. I'm interested. I'm curious about the X-Men tie-in because it's digging into some of the stuff Jerry Duggan dropped in Marauders regarding how Emma Frost used to work with Wilson Fisk.
Okay.
So I'm very interested in that. Definitely. Most definitely. And we got another Poor Archery meeting with the $5 super chat says, just sending love to my favorite folks. Solidarity and Blerd love. Bam! Dude, we love you, brother. Which, by the way, I need to remember as soon as this is over, I need to text you. Poe Archery Media. Not you, Carter. You're already here. But no, let's see here. Let's go to this next one that we got here. We got one from Haifakage says, hey, fellas, back from doing chemo. Dude, by the way, man, I hope your chemo's doing great.
It's going well, man.
This is getting ready for bone marrow transplant. Your positive words and episodes got me through some rough sessions. My question is, do you think with all the DCEU shows out and most of them using the Batman rogues as their main villains, do you think there's ever a chance we get a decent Batman on screen with some villains that haven't been used up entirely?
That's really gonna take someone taking a really, really, really big chance.
Yes.
And I wouldn't even go as far as to say a villain that, well, you're saying villains that haven't been used up entirely, so you can still use the ones that are tried and true. It's really going to take someone that kind of just lays all their cards on the table, and DC is willing to take that risk.
Right.
I look at something like the Penguin, Pain and Prejudice, which is probably one of the best damn just miniseries I've ever read when it comes to a Batman Rogue's character. That book was phenomenal. I look at someone like Two-Face, who has, if you've ever read All-Star Batman from Scott Snyder, that first arc was all Two-Face, which was great.
Yeah.
It's really gonna take DC and Warner Brothers. It's really gonna take them looking at that product and looking at that character and saying, okay, we don't, and doing a story. Not doing a feeling, and what I mean by that, I keep looking over here because that's where my monitor is. It's going to take them not trying to do the dark and gritty Michael Keaton. It's going to take them not trying to do, well, this is how he would be in real life, Zack Snyder. I'm going to murder everything. I'm kind of excited to see what this new film is going to be, because it seems like this is what I mean when I say it's going to take them taking a really big risk, because if if what the trailers and interviews have stated are true, and they're making Batman in this, if they're making Robert Pattinson's iteration look like a fucking nut job,
yeah,
that's never been done.
Right.
It's just been people talking about how they fear the Batman because they're scared shitless.
Which honestly, I would be scared of Robert Pattinson's Batman because the dude literally no sold the MP5 to the chest.
Yeah, and the one thing that if you go back and you watch that trailer, the one scene when he's beating the shit out of this one dude, you see Catwoman behind him and she looks fucking terrified. So if they are making him look more like he's just as much of a psycho as the villains he's going after, they need to keep doing more of that.
Batman doesn't need to be relatable. Is basically the main key point that I feel that a lot of directors miss. Batman is not supposed to be a relatable character at all. He's like, honestly, your Bruce Wayne should be kind of disingenuous. It's kind of why I liked Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne and Batman in this, because you could tell it was a mission. Like, Zack Snyder, if there's any one thing he understood about Batman, he understood that it was all about the mission, that when he, like, even when you saw, like, when he woke up in the, like, remember there was a shot from BBS where he woke up, and there was, like, some supermodel or whatever in the bed next to him, he's at the lake house or whatever, and he just looked like he was just so over it, like, he was just like...
Yeah, like, it was a job.
Yeah, it was a job. That's what Bruce Wayne is, and Batman is, like, you're not supposed to be able to look at a character like Batman and go, I relate to him. You're not supposed to be able to, because he's not well adjusted. That said, I think that this Batman movie, The Batman, is doing something, like you said, that I think might work. And I always say, just put a bunch of villains in it, but don't make any one of them specifically the core villain. Like, maybe it's just maybe have one be the core villain, but all of them are kind of doing something. Batman's just dealing with the things that are happening.
Yeah, and I think that's what this new one is doing with the Riddler. So I think, do you think there's ever a chance we get one? I think if this one does it and does it well, if Matt Reeves,
I would love to see I would love to see what he would do.
Absolutely, I would love to see that.
I'm almost shocked that he didn't make the cut for this,
honestly, with him doing the Riddler, and from how we've seen how the Riddler looks in this movie, I'm kind of interested in seeing how he's going to do the fucking Riddler. But to answer your question, Hokage, I think if this does well, I think if they gave him enough freedom and control to do it the way he wanted to do it, and we don't have another Ayer Suicide Squad on our hands.
Right.
They gave that man the freedom to do the film he wanted to do. If Joker wasn't an indication, just let them work.
Right.
I think if this does well, and this is what they did for Matt Reeves, I think it'll work.
I'm for it. Let's do this last Discord question. We'll do some questions from the chat and get these super chats we got up here too. Ed Boy in the Cut says, if you could take two characters from an indie comic and place them in either of the big two, not like a crossover, but they are set in stone there, who would you place where, and what would they be doing? You know what? For me, if I could take characters and place them, if I could just shuffle where they are, I would definitely take... Image is a weird one, because Image has so many characters. But I tell you what, it's a tough one for me.
I already grabbed mine off the shelf.
Okay, you know what? I have my answer now. Because you know what? It would be... You know what? Can you even really consider... Image is an indie. Image isn't really indie. I don't consider them.
I mean,
they're not indie anymore.
Yeah,
not anymore. So I guess that's not. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say. You know what? Okay. I tell you what. Tell me. Do yours first, because I gotta think about that. Because I'm actually trying to sit and think about some actual indie characters, because I keep going back to Image Comics with everything I'm thinking of.
Well, looking at how they did the recent Moon Knight series, and just because I saw Declan Shalvey signing the Warren Ellis arc on Twitter.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Luther Strode. Yeah. I had a feeling that's what you were going to say. I had a feeling you were going to say Luther Strode.
Give me that. It doesn't have to be uber violent like it is.
Right.
But just looking at how the Moon Knight series is, or hell, looking at how not Moon Knight, X-Force is done.
Right. Yeah.
Or fuck, okay, let me stop. I can go one step further. Look at how Al Ewing did Immortal Hulk.
Okay, got you.
You could totally bring Luther Strode over if it's done in that horror style.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go with Image. Because I can't think of anything else. But these would be characters from Image's yesteryear. I would bring back Pitt and Shadowhawk. And
you love Shadowhawk.
I do love Shadowhawk. I would actually put Shadowhawk in the Marvel Comics universe. I would actually put Pitt in the Marvel Comics universe as well. I think they could fit. You'd have to retool them a little bit because they come from a different time. But I think you could easily introduce a character like Pitt into Hulk's backyard. Because, I mean, it's basically what he was. He was basically an Image Comics version of the Hulk.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Even I think one of the most famous Hulk writers was even responsible for Pitt. So I mean, there you have it. But let's get into some questions from the chat. Let's see here. Where to go? Here we go. We got one from Bill. Says, have you heard that the Amazing Spider-Man number 78 Beyond's artist is working on a Secret X project? See the end of the issue to know what I mean. I need to go back and look at that. I have not seen that, so I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I'm curious to know what it is though. Let's see here. Let's see. Wait. Where'd it go? Because I just saw one. Here we go. Here's one. We got a super chat from Gokon Shuri's baby's father with the $5 super chat. Says, wait, the Black Batman gets shot at by the cops before he said anything? Well, yeah, because the Black Batman, he covers his mouth. He wears he wears a full mask.
And if he tries to yell at the police for opening fire on him, the police are just going to do what Justin Timberlake did in this list of songs that I wrote. They're just going to look at him and quote Justin Timberlake and say, "Cry me a river."
Oh, Lord. CT Cook with a $5 super chat says, how would you guys feel about a Captain Marvel movie led with Seth Rogen as Sasquatch and Wee Man as Puck? Hashtag give me a call, Feige.
I would be pretty salty because I'm one of those few people on this plane of existence that want Seth Rogen to do another Green Hornet movie. Because I really like the Green Hornet. I really like the Green Hornet.
Oh my God. This fool and his Green Hornets is... Let's see. Okay, so next week... Because I see there's a question in here. First let me say what I say first and foremost. I don't know about Seth Rogen and Sasquatch, but I mean, if he's just doing like a voice, I mean, that's fine. I mean, Walter Lankowski's kind of a schlub anyway, in my opinion. So I guess it would work. Wee Man is Puck. I don't know about that one. Let's see. We got.
I don't think Wee Man can act.
That was also gonna be my next point. I don't think Wee Man can act. But what was it? Predictions for Wolverine, and we also got X-Men next week. So Wolverine, based on the solicits, anyway, basically it's the blurb, but it says it's a life or death protection mission as Wolverine goes on the run with his friend and CIA agent Jeff Bannister when a secret surveillance device is discovered on Krakoa and its owners are willing to kill to get it back. But who would go so far as to betray the mutants? Featuring the return of some unexpected adversaries. Honestly, this is going to go about the way I expect. I'm pretty sure that... Well, we already know which one character is already up to some bullshit. But this kind of implies there's a character that's up to something that we don't know about. So who knows? I'm curious to figure out who that might be. But X-Desk is up to some shenanigans, and I won't be surprised. I hope that they're not implying that there's someone other than Maverick. That's all I'm going to say. As far as X-Men number 5, this one, I go to right now. The only thing I can say is we're going to learn a lot more about Dr. Stasis. That's the only thing that I can say there. But I think that whatever it is that he's cooking up for them is probably going to be something they're not prepared for. But I'm kind of hoping we do learn exactly what it is that Dr. Stasis is all about. We already kind of know some things, and some things have been positive, but I'm really curious about the next thing. Let's see.
The motherfuckers in there saying that's the most cursed thing they've ever heard of. They want me to go in the hole for that.
What?
Because I want to see another Seth Rogen Green Hornet movie.
Oh my god. Oh, I see that shit. I see that shit. Damn. Let's see here.
I forgot Seth Rogen's gonna be Donkey Kong. That
he's
sounds
Donkey Kong.
That sounds so gross.
But yeah, tell me about it. Let's see here. What else we got? What else we got in here?
Jordan be the one from Mailman about ScarJo? Oh wait, what?
Oh, this. What do you think ScarJo's secret Marvel movie project could be? Well, I mean, if Marvel What If is anything to go by, it could be another Black Widow movie.
In the What If universe is what you're saying?
Okay, so all right, so spoilers for Marvel's What If.
Oh shit! I just remembered.
They kind of found a way to. Yeah, I'll just put it like that. I'll put it like that.
I just thought about it.
Yeah.
I just thought about it. And they can totally have their cake and eat it too from Florence.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
That's wow.
So, yeah.
I didn't even think about it.
So yeah, that is the thing. So that if I had to guess, that's what I think it would be. Personally, me personally.
Did you see the Icon and Rocket issue number 5 cover with Static and Rocket on the cover?
Yes, I did. And I'm here for it because in this universe, if the Milestone Returns Infinite Edition one shot is anything to be believed, in this universe, Rocket and Static already know each other, technically. Okay. Which, to be fair, in the comics they knew each other. In the original comics, they knew each other too. They actually were I won't say close, but they definitely were friendly. They would, because I remember when she was pregnant, Static was the one that was kind of like one of her confidants that she would talk to about, what should be her next move, this, that, and the third. So yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
You think they might end up having something like Ludacris had in this list of songs I made? A little bit of some Runaway Love.
Maybe. Anyway, let's see. Thoughts on X-Men Green Chapter 1's ending?
What the fuck is X-Men Green? Did the X-Men Green come out this week? I didn't know about it.
Hold on, wait.
Oh my god, I thought they stopped the blue, gold, and red.
I know what they're talking about. It took me a minute. I had to think about it. I haven't read it. I believe this is the one that Hickman's doing. It's the X-Men Unlimited joint. I haven't. Yeah, it's the one that's like, I think it's like a digital exclusive. I have not kept up with it. I have not kept up with it. Man,
I just typed that shit in on Google and just saw a bunch of different photos of dupe. So I don't know.
This motherfucker. Oh, yeah. And someone else said that ScarJo might be producing or directing a Marvel movie, which I'd be for.
Has she ever directed anything before? That'd be something. That'd be neat to see.
I think she. I don't know if she has or not. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm actually looking it up now. I think she might have, but I'm not 100% on it. So I'm actually going to look it up. Yes, she actually has. But it's mostly been she's directed a short. She directed a short film in 2009 called These Vagabond Shoes.
Okay.
And she also directed the American Express Unstaged Ellie Goulding.
Commercial?
No, it was a concert.
Learn
Um,
something new every day.
it was one of those film concerts. But yeah, so I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can direct. But I mean, we've seen directors come from more meager shit to direct movies in the MCU. So, because if I'm not mistaken, let's see here. I'm double checking myself here.
Okay.
But if I remember correctly, let's see here. Let me see. I'm pulling up the filmography right now. Before okay, so Chloe Zhao, who directed Eternals,
Yeah.
before directing Eternals, Chloe Zhao had only 3 films under her belt before she directed that movie.
So
and they were indie as fuck. Like indie
Okay.
as fuck. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to be a negative. I'm not saying they're bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's another one. Here, let me see. Another person who's directing a Marvel movie. Nia DaCosta.
Mm-hmm.
She, if I'm not mistaken, before being attached to the Marvels,
Yeah.
which is the Captain Marvel sequel, she only had a 13-minute short film and 2 feature films and 2 episodes of a TV show.
Okay. So
and
what
one
they're
of those
saying-
movies was Candyman. So there you go.
Oh, wow. Okay. So they're saying before those, they were basically quoting Alicia Keys, like my list of songs here, and said, "You don't know my name." Okay.
Oh,
I heard that.
oh
Yeah.
my God, this motherfucker.
I heard that.
Oh my God. It's yeah, there you go. Let's see. Okay, so that said, wait, what? Oh, anyway, no, but I thought I saw something. But anyway, that said, you know what? I think we're almost kind of at the 3-hour mark. So,
What
yeah.
do you-
Blerd.radio said the guy directing Blade hasn't done much either. So yeah, there's a lot of that. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. I know that Carter, what do you got going on? What do you got coming up?
I have dipped my toe.
Did you dip the toe?
Don't do that. I have dipped my toe in the realm of League of Legends.
Okay.
Since watching that Arcane series, which is
what they wanted you to do. That's what that was
exactly.
That was the whole purpose of these things. You started playing League of Legends. You are what movie studios and executives and TV executives, you are their target audience. You did exactly what they want you to do.
Well, in my defense, I had already played League of Legends beforehand, but that community was hella toxic. But
It's
after
trash.
watching
You
that
can say
series,
it. You can say it. It's trash. Say it.
yes,
say it.
That was the first community that I had ever experienced. That's why when I started playing Dead by Daylight, I said never again. But after watching Arcane, that series is what Snoop was talking about when he got added to my list, because that series is beautiful. I've been playing League of Legends Wild Rift on my phone, and they recently just had 2 new games come out that were called League of Legends stories. One of them is called The Ruined King, which is a turn-based RPG. I've been playing a lot on my Switch. Don't get it on the Switch. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of League of Legends and The Ruined King, and I still need to. I think I'm gonna go back on Twitch.
Okay. All right.
Announcement. I think I'm gonna go back on Twitch. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is that shit is strictly going to be me It's going to start this week. I don't know if you're going to be available.
Worse than DBD.
No, I'm not. I'll the fuck out of here. I'm not streaming fucking League of Legends. No. I don't know if Ernie's going to be available. It's going to be Ernie and I playing something, but it's also going to be me thanking Jonathan Moda for that $50 fucking super chat. Just a thank you and in anticipation of the holiday. Happy Thanksgiving and best of luck on Green, otherwise known as Black Friday. Thankful for you both and the great content.
Dude.
Sir. You are absolutely fucking welcome.
Oh yes. And you are a legend as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so I think but just to go back to me, I'm gonna start going back on. I think I'm gonna go back on Twitch. I'm gonna just start trying to bring my backlog down because I have a shitload of fucking games. Plus, you need to check out your Twitch as well because they had some new update for people. If you hit sub goals at any point or you hit the point threshold, you get access to more emotes. So
I think I'm already at it.
Okay, I'm out of the 9. I got 6 of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think I'm actually. You know what? I'm gonna go take a look because it's always nice. It's nice to know things.
Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do, you all, is every Wednesday I'm just gonna stream, and then we can all talk about what books we read on New Comic Book Day, as well as watching me play something and hope that I don't get salty. So yeah, that is on the agenda for the week.
What you got going? They gave it to me. I have 4 open slots
with the animated ones because apparently Twitch does animated emotes now.
Yeah, they've been doing that for. Well, okay, so basically you get 9 tier 1 emotes now if you have at least 50 subscriber points. If you've ever gotten that many points, I have it, and it's actually largely thanks to Jose. I have 4 open slots. What they tell me, because I have 5 emotes, 4 open slots.
Okay, well, I got 6 emotes to play with. Robo Trade said, "Damn, I want some emotes. Let me get some." Well, in the words of the NWA, because it's one of the songs I have on my list, "Fuck the police." So, Ernie, what do you have going on?
Not the police.
What do you have going on today, Ernie?
Oh, god damn it! I have nothing. I'm probably gonna chill. Actually, you know what? Shit. Wait, today's Saturday.
Are you going to go see? You going to take your little one to go see Ghostbusters, aren't you?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow. I think I have D&D tonight. Shit.
Yeah.
Because the group that I agreed to do D&D with, I think they switched their D&D nights back to Saturdays.
Yeah.
Which means I'm gonna be pulling double duty on Saturdays again. We're gonna see how that plays out. It might. I didn't think about it literally until I actually had to sit and think about it. We're gonna try this experiment out and see how it works. That might be one I may gracefully bow out of because I'm usually so fucking tired by the time we're done doing this shit and other stuff that I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a day to stream Guardians of the Galaxy, the game.
That's right. You've been riding that game hard body.
I love it. I fucking love that game. That game's amazing. And I'm sad that it's not in the running for Game of the Year. Or I think it's gotten a nod for. I think it got a nod for Best Narrative Game, which I do hope it wins because it is better. It is head and shoulders better than most story-based games I've played.
But you got to realize nobody gives a fuck about the Game Awards. We watch the Game Awards just to see what new shit's coming out, and then we don't even watch the Game Awards. We just wait till they put the trailers on fucking YouTube.
We go back and look and see, kind of like what I do with the Oscars. I go back and check the list of who won, and then I go on about my business if I even care. So, I know what this means. This means I can put. Oh, that's what I can do. I can move some of my emotes on Twitch. I don't know why I just thought about that. I can move some of my emotes to that were in the pay, like the higher pay tiers. I can move those down. That's cool.
You can also thank Darkman X for another $50 fucking super chat. Forgot what this weekend was. Enjoy the holiday, everyone. Don't celebrate it. It's my daughter's birthday weekend. Happy birthday,
dude! Yeah,
Little Dark.
Yeah, dude.
That is a horrible name. Don't call that baby that.
No.
In regards to Thanksgiving, I got you.
Yeah. I don't. Honestly, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving either. I mean, we get together, we eat, as family, but we don't celebrate like the holiday as in what like what it stands for. Honestly, Thanksgiving is just an excuse for family to get together, for us, and eat some food, and then go on about our damn business. We don't celebrate the discovery of America or any other bullshit or the Pilgrims. None of that shit. Just get the shit out of here. Hell, there's been times where in the past didn't even have turkey. We just eat anything else.
I told my job I would work. Give me that holiday pay, and I'm bringing my Switch. That's how much I care about Thanksgiving.
Dude, look, this is gonna be me at my sister-in-law's. What y'all say?
Hell, I might even stream live from work on Thanksgiving. I might just stream Hit Monkey in the Blerd Without Fear Discord. And we gonna do that shit movie theater style where everybody leave their mic on and everybody talking.
Oh Lord, you don't know what you
I might try to go bootleg style for that movie.
This man, Lord Jesus. We also got a $10 super chat from Jarrell Bose. Says, busy with my missus today, but wanted to show some love, and we'll watch it later. 2 questions, though. You guys seen the new Dexter revival or King Richard? See you guys later. I haven't seen King Richard. That's the new Will Smith movie, the one about the Venus and Serena Williams' father. I haven't seen that yet, but I have seen some stuff from the new Dexter revival. It looks interesting. I'm hoping that it makes up for that shithouse season that Scott Buck did on Dexter. The same guy that did Inhumans and Iron Fist.
Yes.
Yep. That motherfucker.
Here's the thing. I think this will ease your mind. I've seen I'm caught up on Dexter's New Blood, and I'm enjoying it so far. I don't really care to see King Richard. I've kind of had my fill of Will Smith drama movies. The guy that's doing Dexter's New Blood is the guy who did the first 4 seasons of Dexter. So I think that should ease your mind a little bit, especially considering, in my opinion, the 4th season of Dexter was the best fucking season with John Lithgow and the fucking Trinity Killer. What is Carter's Twitch channel? Oh, I already told you.
I just put. Oh, you did? Okay, never mind. I just put it in the chat. Never mind. I just now saw it.
Okay. But yeah, it's the guy who's doing this new revival is the one who did the first 4 seasons. The good ones.
Yeah, the good ones. Scott Buck did the bad one.
Yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy New Blood. I'm enjoying it so far. I don't like that a certain person was just killed off screen. That kind of annoyed me. But yeah, it's good so far.
Okay.
They remaking Dexter's Lab? Ew.
Ooh, no, I'm good.
I mean, shit, they doing it with Pop-Up Girl.
Well, that one even got put on hiatus for a minute.
No,
that too. The cartoon. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's really all I got going on. I don't think there's much else to go through. I will say I am going. I've been so busy. I have basically been going back through and I'm trying to prep some videos for some stuff. It's so difficult. I'm trying to get ahead of stuff that's coming out. I'm also trying to catch up on stuff that I'm behind on, and just it's been a nightmare. But it's gonna get better. It's definitely gonna get better before. It's gonna get a lot worse before it gets any better, but it's definitely gonna be fine. We're gonna be good. But that said, I want to thank everybody. Everybody who chatted, everybody who hit that like button, and if you haven't done so, make sure you smash it on the way out. Everybody that subscribed, everyone that chatted, super chatted, whatever, what have you, however you supported this channel, the show, even if it was just sitting back and watching and not saying nothing, it's fine. I do that too sometimes because I'm a lurker by nature. But I do want to make sure everyone knows that I thank you, for your time. You could be anywhere on the internet at this precise moment, and you chose to be right here. That said, we're gonna get out of here. We will see you all next time. We out this bitch. Bamf.